Davis.
I want hats.
No hat for Davis.
No hat for me. Where are you going?
This intro, man.
It's great.
Woo. Oh, it's fantastic. I put a lot of time and effort into it. All right, I'll introduce us real quick. So you already know me. You already know Davis. Actually, they don't know Davis. They know Alex.
This is Davis' first time in front of the
I
camera.
had a small
cameo.
Oh yeah.
River Hills podcast. Bit abrupt, I'd say.
Featuring Mr. Jaiswal.
Yeah. I made a couple comments Dean wasn't really happy about.
No, not the slightest.
I like them.
I have zero regrets, and under the same circumstances, I would do it again.
No regrets. You seen that movie?
No.
Meet the Millers.
We Are the Millers, you mean?
Yeah, that one's I think.
I have not seen
Oh my
that.
god. Okay, never mind. It's not even worth talking about
File
that
hasn't
because
seen
it's
it.
like a perfectly mid movie. Anyway, Alex Resnick's back
I've been here before.
per popular demand. Davis is on for the second technically time.
Yeah.
And then I'm here for the
Yeah.
Anyway, you're talking about the Rangers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was. I was there last night.
How was it?
Insane. The energy was
Going
peak.
hog wild.
Energy was peak, Davis.
Yeah, I watched the game too, and the energy continued just in the household setting.
Yeah.
It was, the goals were good, a tight game,
Yep.
close game.
Mika Zibanejad has 7 goals and assists combined in the past 2 games.
Woo!
He was like he like didn't do much in the first few games, and then he was like sort of settling down, and then he scored a goal, then he scored another goal, then he got a few assists, and then he scored another goal, and he was on a rise.
He's pretty much the Michael Jordan of hockey at this point.
Michael Jordan of hockey.
Yeah.
You're the Michael Jordan of hockey.
You're the Michael Jordan
Could I really
podcast.
be? What's up?
You're the Michael
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah.
podcast.
That's a thing.
Well, it is now.
Oh, we are the Michael. I thought you said there's a Michael Jordan
No, I
podcast.
said
No,
You
you
are the
are the
Michael
Michael Jordan of
Oh
podcasts.
yeah, are you kidding
Yeah.
me? With a golden voice like this.
Show up and watch out. Yeah,
Honestly,
that voice of melted butter.
I say the best compliment I've ever received is that my voice is soothing enough that someone would fall asleep to it.
It's
I was
like,
you don't
not
need
to me.
it's like
Not
melted.
to me.
It's like melted
Not to
butter
you.
on just a pair of hot flapjacks, and like you just dreamed of that.
So you can take any other compliments you want. I don't care. It's just that was the best compliment I've ever received.
Dean's List podcast.
Welcome to the Dean's List podcast.
Sarah, we interviewed Just Wald.
Dean, I think you would have. I mean, you came to a Ranger game with me a long time
Oh
ago.
yeah, 3 years ago.
That was what? That was like the 20th or 30th anniversary or something.
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary of when they won the
And I
Stanley
said
Cup.
that's a weird thing to celebrate
25th?
because it's the 25th year that they've lost in a row. And I was like, that's a weird thing to
No,
celebrate.
it's 25th year that team, and then all the players from that team came up. Well, most of them. I think there were a few dead ones. Sad.
Yeah.
My dad was actually at that game, believe it or not.
Which one?
At
The
the
125.
the last time they won the Stanley Cup.
Oh
My dad
really?
was there.
Oh, that's funny.
So your dad has always been a big Rangers game.
He's been
A Rangers
game.
fan.
Yeah,
No,
he's been a
yeah,
big,
yeah.
he's been a big fan for as long as I can remember. I guess since '94, at least. But I assume beforehand.
Did your dad live in the area?
Yeah.
Was he always in New York?
Yeah, he's lived in Rye when he was younger, and then he lived in the city with my mom. And I was born in the city. I lived there until I was 2. And then
Ooh.
my little sister was born, but we already moved to Greenwich by then.
Okay.
And then
And then you said last time you moved to Colorado.
yeah, we moved to Colorado in 2010.
Made some crazy movies about monkeys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Monkey time over there.
What was it called again? You're like Crazy Loons on the Loose.
Crazy Loons on the Loose.
Crazy
yeah.
Loons on the Loose.
And then we moved back to Connecticut. I actually remember in 2014, the last time they were this close to making it to the Stanley Cup. It was them versus the Kings, LA Kings, 2014, and it was Game 7, and they lost. But they did the same thing they did with the Penguins, where they were down 3-1, then they came up and won.
Oh, so that's probably why it was so crazy yesterday.
Everyone was like, history repeats itself. History.
Except vice versa.
It was such a fun game. It was like that might be the most fun game I've ever gone to.
Ooh.
Damn.
Wow.
The crowd did look pretty fun out there.
Yeah,
I'd
they were wild.
chanting Igor when he got the saves.
Yeah, we also the Penguins fans chanted Igor like to taunt him, and their goalie Jari was out. He was back. He was injured a few games ago, and everyone was chanting Jari, Jari to like taunt him.
So that's why you were up until 3 a.m. yesterday.
No, not 3 a.m.
When'd you go to bed?
But I was up late. I don't know, probably like 1,
Yeah,
2, around
that's
there.
when I fell asleep. I watched Barry last night. Did you?
Oh no, I haven't even seen the new. There are 2 episodes out and I haven't seen them.
The one last night was amazing.
Oh, you watched it when you got home from the game.
Yeah, man. I was on a high.
Dedicate. I can't go to bed yet, Mom.
I was like, I gotta watch Barry and then go to sleep.
Turn the lights back on. I'm not
So I
ready.
did.
Are you on the same terrible sleep schedule that I'm on? Or you just go to bed really late? and then...
I go to bed really late, but I wake up like early, and then I
Later.
can't fall back asleep, so I just lie in bed staring up at my ceiling for
just
hours.
contemplating life.
I'm like, do I fall back asleep?
You know what I always do? I always set an alarm, wake up to the alarm, get my phone, and mess around on my phone for 2 hours, and then
I should
there's
do
no
that.
point waking up. It's really.
I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll just go on TikTok, and I'll be like 30 minutes later, I'm like, okay, I'm bored, and I'll get up.
Oh, you get bored on TikTok? That's my problem. I never get bored.
I
I'm just
do,
like-
'cause
I mean, I get
It's a
bored, but I
trap.
can't stop.
Yeah.
Eventually, the videos start to bore me, and okay, this is I've had enough.
After listening to Renegade for the 50th time, I'm like, alright.
That's the thing that pisses me off most about TikTok. Just the same songs over and over again.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like-
they get popular and then they just keep going.
Yeah.
And then they just stuck your head.
We
and
were
just,
actually
like,
having a talk about that on the Sync Instagram chat last night about TikTok sounds we find super annoying. And
The
there's
Sync?
one oh that's our we have a little chat called
Ooh.
the Sync.
Mm.
It's me, Nick Clark, Holden Fraser, Julian, should I say, Davis and
Julian,
Ian,
should I say.
but Davis and Ian like never talking. Oh, also my friend Ramsey.
Yeah, I'm like a ghost. I only come in certain times.
Yeah, he like comes in like once a month and he'll send just a random photo and he's just gone.
That's it.
You know, just said a banger meme, but it has to be good.
It's usually.
What were we talking? So wait, what were you talking about yesterday?
Oh, we were talking about the TikTok sounds that we found
Oh,
online.
yeah. Well, you know, I do find some good songs on there sometimes. I found
like "Stay" by The Killer.
yeah, like Stay by the. Yeah, actually, I keep telling this. I have to
Please
make
no.
sure everybody knows that I was listened to Stay the minute it came out at midnight on the day it came out. I'm just saying. I'm an OG. as they
Don't
put
like
it.
that song.
Yeah, that hurts my feelings.
I
No,
get-
but I found you know, "Drowning" by Boogie with Odie.
Yeah,
It's a good
I do
song.
not
I really
consider-
love that song.
man.
I literally
Isn't
found it
Kodak
3
Black
days
on
ago.
that song?
Yeah.
You know what else Kodak Black is on?
Jail.
The new Kendrick album.
Oh.
I was listening to it.
Here,
And
keep going. I'm gonna close the curtain.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
listening to it, and his
Yeah.
voice popped up. I was like, "Is that Kodak?" But and then he popped up again. I was like, "What is he doing on here?" And then
That's
he
crazy.
popped up. It was.
What do you think about the new album?
It's very. I'd say.
Did you listen to it already?
I listened to it twice. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had 2 long drives. I was like, "I'll
Mhm.
just do it. See if I can get a good sense of what it's about." There's one song that's like it's not supposed to be funny, but it's called "We Cry Together," and it's basically supposed to be Kendrick and his wife screaming at each other.
Just the whole time?
Literally the entire song.
They're
And
just talking about abuse in the whole song. That's what
they're like, and if you listen to the censored version, it sounds like an instrumental version of the song, because they just constantly are like, beep beep, like just
Yeah.
yelling at each other. And it's. I was listening to it. And I was like laughing. I was like, what is this? It's very.
I don't know what you're trying to personify.
I mean,
that kind of
the
music.
album's supposed to be about his like, or there's a few
There's, like,
songs about
aunt,
his
right?
traumas. Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
song about his aunt who, I assume,
It's transgender. right?
transgender
Yeah.
because he uses the F slur a lot.
Oh,
Oh, right.
that's nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
But I think he was doing that because like some kids called his aunt that when he was younger or something, or
Okay, so it's not actually him just cursing out his aunt.
No,
for
he's
3 minutes.
he's like
yeah, I think
he's saying like
that wouldn't go over on the media.
he's like other kids were like this. And
Introducing
Yeah,
songs.
all these other kids were
Yeah.
saying this, not me.
This album, I'm really excited. I'm gonna call my aunt the F word for like 3 hours straight. We get to platinum for this.
There were some good songs.
I heard it. Well, obviously, I listened to the album that came out in 2017.
Damn.
It's way better from what I've heard.
But
then again, it
I've
seems
listened to
it was
Damn in
hard
a
to
long
beat.
time.
It came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I thought it came out recently. It was like, nope,
No.
it came out when I was in 8th grade.
You know what else comes out this month?
What's that?
Harry Styles album.
Oh,
Friday.
yeah.
I'm actually seeing him on Friday when the album
Right.
comes out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're just a big Styles fan?
I'm big. I'm a Styles head.
How long has that been a thing?
My little sister. No.
Oh,
Well,
really?
my little sister and
Wow.
Quinn have been big One Direction fans since they started.
Oh, and he
then
was in that?
He was in that, and then he quit. He did his first album, and I was like, okay, it's fine. And
Wasn't
then
Caroline like 3 years old when One Direction started?
no, they started in 2011, something like that. She was like
Okay.
she was like 6, 7, maybe 5.
Yeah.
but
Maybe
about the
3.
age of those
But-
fans,
but-
I'd say.
But Quinn was a big fan, and then so his first album came out, and I listened to it, and then the second album came out. I was like, okay, this is good. And then I listened to his first album again. I was like, wow, this is really good. And then I've been a fan ever since.
Wow.
Since like quarantine, I think.
Develops.
That's when- yeah. At first I was like, I don't like him. He's too boy bandy.
No, I really like. I'm not even gonna lie. I like One Direction a lot. I don't know. I honestly don't understand
your
why.
favorite-
Just the concept of the
Yeah, no, yeah, I love that. No.
Boy bands?
No, like,
Well,
their,
like, what's your
their
favorite
stuff
song?
is really good from One Direction.
Is he-
My favorite song, Stockholm Syndrome. I really like that
That's a
song.
really good.
It's
I
a
actually,
great song,
I
right?
actually like that.
They made so many bangers, and for some reason
real.
we like
For real.
weren't allowed to like them
For
at the
real.
time. Like in 2014 when they were big, if guys liked One Direction, then
It
it
was
was
I
like
just don't
so
remember
taboo. It was like
Was your favorite member Harry? Had to be Harry.
no.
Come on, bro.
I liked Zayn a lot of the time. I mean, to be fair, like I like his music a lot
Harry,
too now.
I've been a
so-
big fan of Harry actually since I saw him in Dunkirk 2017.
He was in that?
Yeah,
Yeah, his acting debut.
and he's gonna be in a new. Remember he was in the
The
Eternals.
trailer.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
that
just
was
out of
that was
nowhere.
that was out of nowhere.
I'm excited
He's like
though.
Thanos'
His
brother
character.
or whatever.
Hey, Styles, Thanos'
No.
brother.
It was the most random cameo, and then Patton Oswalt is that like weird little
Yeah,
dwarf
he's-
dude.
It's fine.
Yeah, the imp or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna be in a new movie called Don't Worry, Darling.
Trailer we saw, yeah.
That
Doctor
looks,
Strange.
that looks really good.
The one with they just mack him on each other like
The
half
entire
trailer.
time.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that at the time.
Yeah.
And then he's in another one called like something policeman maybe. I forget. It's based on a book I think takes place in the 50s where he's like gay.
What do you think about his acting chops?
I think he's good
Even as a Harry stan, you know, you're
as a Harry stan. I think
unbiased in his acting chops.
even if I wasn't a fan, I would say he's good.
Yeah, I think he's solid. I saw Dunkirk too.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I saw it years ago, but
2017 it came
yeah,
out, so it's been out for
I
a
saw
while.
when it came out. That's
Yeah.
why. And then
Good movie.
it was like I wasn't a huge fan of the movie.
We're a fan.
I was a
loved
fan of
it.
the movie.
Yeah, it's
Not even
great.
gonna lie. It's like,
you,
eh.
you didn't like the whole time thing? How
Time
there's like a clock
There's-
ticking in the background the entire
Oh, I
movie.
did like
And whenever it, like
that,
switches
I
like
mean, it
land,
was-
air, or sea, it like changes.
Okay.
It like
Yeah.
changes the ticking speed.
I remember my grandpa. The only reason he didn't like that movie was that the Spitfire didn't shoot down the bomber too fast enough. And he's like, "Yeah, I hated that because the Spitfire, you know, best plane at that time, win that fight every time." I'm like, really, it's the only reason you don't like the movie? It's like
I just
nothing
thought
else.
They could have done something better.
No, I
with it,
just thought the
that's all.
Spitfire power was unrealistic.
All right.
It's a good movie.
Movie.
Oh, but I
Movie
loved
size.
Avengers Endgame though. That wasn't unrealistic at all.
My grandpa loved Tangled.
Did
That's
he?
actually a good one.
Yeah.
Tangled? Like the Disney movie?
The
Yeah,
one with
the Disney
I
movie.
love
He's
that
like
movie.
this.
Rapunzel, the guy who gets hit with a pan a bunch of
Yeah,
times.
he's like this
Flynn
like
Rider. You
Flynn
kidding me?
Rider. And then she
grizzled man.
she has like the chameleon. Remember the chameleon?
Yeah, I remember the
Oh,
chameleon.
Pascal.
Pascal.
Kidding me? I love this movie.
And then she had like the cool horse or whatever.
Maximus.
But yeah, how do you remember that, bro?
Are you kidding me? Tangled's my favorite Disney animated movie.
Really?
It is, yeah. I really like that movie.
But no, my grandpa is like, he's like this grizzled like sailor who's done like sailed over 5 times. And he's like at our house. He's like, yeah, I love the movie Tangled.
Did he like
It's
the
Tangled
really
is
good.
so thought out.
Yeah.
Life of Pi? Remember they're at sea for.
Oh, that was a good movie. Oh,
What?
when I walked
Oh.
in, real quick, when I
Yeah,
walked
go ahead.
into that movie for the first time, I thought it was about like pie.
Like no,
I thought it was like a history of pie. I thought it was gonna be a comedy. I had no idea what it was about. I went with my friend, 2 friends, or like, who did I go with? Yeah, 2 friends and their dad, and had no information about this movie. I walk in, I'm like, are they on a boat?
Yeah,
And then they weren't on a boat.
they didn't want to vote. I don't think he saw it. He wasn't a big movie guy, but you know,
But he did like
he
Tangled.
loved
so that's-
Tangled,
Mhm.
which is funny. And then he liked a lot
I
of
would
like
like-
Disney movies. Yeah.
I would like that guy if he liked Tangled.
Oh yeah.
He was. He had a lot of interesting takes on things.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Okay, all right.
That's why the Tangled thing was kind of out of the blue.
He's a grizzled sailor. He just has good takes.
Yeah. Not like climate change. Was one of his favorite topics.
Misinformation.
Yeah.
What, more people are becoming aware.
Yeah.
So.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. That's the issue.
What? That more people becoming aware? Climate
Well,
change?
the reason they're becoming more aware is because it's happening. That's what's not good.
Gotta come aware at some point.
Exactly.
But back to Life of Pi.
I don't want to go back to Life of Pi. I didn't like that movie. Actually, no.
I thought it was.
I thought it was a good
It had
movie.
an
I didn't like
orangutan,
it.
and that puts it an immediate 9 out of 10 for me.
Do you know
the orangutan died though?
the tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shed a tear.
One or two.
I don't know why I had to bring that part
I
up.
did too, actually.
The tiger was
It
actually real in some scenes.
I think that was the
Really?
first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of scenes where it was a real tiger.
It was supposed to be like the mom was the orangutan, the tiger was like the cook. Where it was like,
I don't remember. I haven't seen it since like 2015.
I remember
Me neither.
the whole point of the movie was
Yeah,
like that, like
in the
the
theaters.
I
animals
did.
represent like all the people who
I
were
did.
on the lifeboat. And like the orangutan was the mom, and the tiger was like,
But it
On
was
the
Pi was
no,
the tiger.
on
Yeah.
no, Pi was the guy, wasn't it?
I was the dude.
Yeah, and it was just the
Oh.
tiger and the guy on the boat.
That was it. Yeah.
And then they went
No,
to this
no.
island full of like meerkats. Remember that?
Oh, wait a
there-
second.
There's animals on the boat,
On
right?
the bigger boat, and then it like crashed or something.
The boat
No,
sank.
no, because they had to like sell their zoo or something like that, and they were shipping animals across seas.
Yeah, I don't remember the backstory. I just walked in.
I
and it was
remember like at
"You're
the
on a
end,
boat."
there was like a plot twist where it was like representing like the
I don't
people on the
remember.
boat.
It
Maybe.
was-
I have no idea. You're probably right. I have no idea.
I
Yeah.
have
I haven't seen it in a long
since
time.
seen the movie.
I've not seen it in a long
It's
time.
the first movie I
I've
ever
not seen it in
cried
a long
at.
time.
Really?
It's the first movie I ever cried.
What was the first
movie?
movie you ever cried at?
Toy Story 3, 2010.
Oh my god. It made an impact. It had an impact on you.
Yeah, man.
Right? It
I,
changed your life.
I remember I was sitting in the very back of the theater, middle, staring, and then when Andy left his toys, I was
That was heartbreaking.
like, I was sad. I was
was sad,
genuinely a little upset.
I also cried when Iron Man died.
You cried when Iron
Oh,
Man-
no,
spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen
Yeah.
it 4 years ago.
I cried. So I saw the movie twice in theaters. I cried the second time.
Okay.
You cried twice.
No, I saw it twice, but I cried the second time.
I'm a
Okay.
softie.
Or I didn't cry. I teared up.
Davis, I'm a big softie.
Did you almost cry at Spider-Man as well?
No
Yeah.
Way Home.
Yeah, when Aunt May died.
Oh,
Yeah.
spoiler
Spoilers.
alert.
If you haven't seen the movie.
That one's been out for a
6
little
months
less
ago.
time than 4 years.
Oh,
so.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm a softie.
Hey, there's
Wait, did you
I'm
cry when you
softie.
saw it with us?
Yeah.
You're not a softie.
I
you're
had,
just in tune with your
I had
emotions.
some tears in my eyes.
I
wasn't
didn't see
crying.
that.
Really?
I
Oh,
was
you were
sitting right
focused.
next to you. I was focused like.
I
No,
remember after you
not
were like,
hot
that
Aunt
got way
May.
too sad.
I got way too
That
sad.
got way too sad.
I got really sad. And
That
I
was-
also got really sad. I didn't cry at the end, but I got really sad when Spider-Man, like, disappeared, you know?
I was happy for him because now he can start anew, and he
Start new.
can actually be proper Spider-Man now, because he's lost every single person in his life
Yeah, nobody
pretty much.
remembers.
Yeah, that's my issue with this. It's like, oh, that was such a sad movie.
That was a fun experience. That was a really fun theater experience.
That
I saw
was,
it with
yeah.
you two opening night.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We do see. We've seen all
We
the
saw,
Marvels.
most
together.
of the Marvel movies together.
Yeah. You know what I saw?
Oh, we're seeing Thor next. That's the next one that comes out. I think.
Yes.
July 24th.
July 24th.
Yeah.
We're gonna see that in theaters.
You know, during the recent Multiverse of Madness, we saw it together.
Mhm.
And that was,
Those kids
that was
might
like
as
a fine experience.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about what was in the movie. 'cause
No,
I
yeah,
just
that's
came out.
that
movie
literally
was
just-
mid.
But what I will
Look at some
say,
business.
there's a little bit of goodness in it. But what I went to see the second time the next day with my family.
You
'cause
did?
They all wanted to see
You
it
saw it.
for my brother's
Well,
birthday.
it's. I think the direct. Sorry to interrupt. I think the
Of course.
the
Go ahead.
directing of the movie is really good because it's very.
Yeah,
Sam
it's
Raimi.
fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yeah, if you
good.
like Sam Raimi, it was a great movie. I don't
like. It was different though.
mind Sam Raimi's or whatever.
It was different than most Marvel movies, and that was probably my favorite part about it. Like,
Yeah.
people were dying left
Also,
and
yeah.
right.
Also, people
Hey,
expect.
hey, spoilers!
It's just people
Spoilers!
die in the
People
movie.
die in every single movie and every
Yeah.
single Marvel.
Including the Life of Pi.
But I think.
Really?
Yeah, the
Who
boat
died?
goes down.
Okay,
dude,
this
Does
is-
he
everyone
die in
dies.
the movie?
No,
Does
he
Pi
doesn't.
die?
No.
He's the only
But
survivor.
The
Oh,
animal.
but I guess everybody in the beginning dies.
Everyone that we don't meet dies.
Everyone,
so,
yeah.
This is a spoiler for the next 10 seconds. but I think that everyone expected it to be a big cameo-filled movie, and then they weren't fulfilled enough. So they're like, because of the Spider-Man movie, everyone was like, oh my god, now every Marvel movie has to be huge,
which is annoying.
And this one wasn't as big as people thought it was gonna be, and so they were.
I actually wasn't upset about that at all.
No, I wouldn't either.
The cameos are like. I'm glad like Moon Knight didn't have a cameo, because I feel like Star Wars and like Marvel are just so like who's gonna be in the next episode, you know?
I saw the last
Moon
Moon Knight
bring him
episode last
back.
night.
I haven't seen
It was good.
Oh, you've seen it?
Oh wait,
Okay.
no, I did see it. No,
With
Wait.
the one
What happened in it?
he
Wait, spoilers.
Spoilers.
Just in case.
if you care. His wife was now the.
Okay, yes, he's
Yeah, that was
Now
so.
the
Her,
Regis
I wouldn't even
is
lie.
real.
Her suiting up scene was so sick.
Wasn't it cool?
I feel like
Yeah.
her suit isn't as cool as like the Moon Knight suit.
Oh,
No.
I think it's. I mean, it's.
I
not
mean,
meant
it
to
has
be,
cool
though.
wings.
Yeah, but like.
But it was a sick like suiting up scene. I can't lie.
Mhm.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
even-
I'm trying to remember it, but.
I mean, there
sorry.
were.
Go ahead
ahead.
with what you were saying before.
Yeah,
with you
we're-
saw it with your family.
Oh, I was just gonna say that it was like a really crappy audience. Like there were a bunch of
Oh.
kids up in the front that were like
Mm.
talking the whole time, and then the people behind me. This is almost actually worse.
Then the
than-
when we saw it.
Ours
Well,
wasn't
no.
terrible.
No,
This
ours
is-
was
I wasn't
annoying.
comparing it to that one. I
As
was saying, so the guys in the front, it was like 2 whole rows of just high school and middle school dudes just talking the whole
Yeah.
time. But what was worse than them talking was the chick behind me who was going shh every 10 seconds. And I was,
was
like,
like when
they're
we
not
saw-
gonna shh, so stop shitting. I
Do you
was
remember
like,
when we saw the Batman and that one?
oh, the fight.
Hey, there's a police showed up
Yeah.
at the end. I'm like,
On the
The
UN
police showed
I was
so
like,
what's
what
happening?
happened?
Well,
He's like,
well-
nothing. I'm like,
There are 5 cop cars. and
Okay,
nothing
yeah.
happened.
Because someone, do you remember someone like people were yelling at each other in the theater? Cause
yeah.
the one people.
We only heard like it twice,
Yeah.
luckily, because
It
we
was
were in the
like,
front.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Shut up! You want to take this outside? No, I'm good.
Just walked in the theater and like watched the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They like watched spoilers again as Batman and Catwoman like left.
Yeah.
like, parted ways.
It's a big spoiler.
I'm just gonna have to bleep the whole podcast.
Nobody cared. I feel like if you care that much about spoilers, then you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Also,
It's
the
like-
Batman's been out since March. Almost 2
Yeah.
months.
Also,
Yeah.
it's just them driving on their motorcycles at the end of the movie. That's not much spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Batman
alert,
dies.
Spoiler alert, Batman has a motorcycle.
Yeah. I thought his Batmobile was so cool in that movie.
That was sick.
The, like it was like a
Like a Dodge
50s.
Charger.
Yeah. It was so cool.
Yeah. I mean, the only like dumb part of the movie was when like Batman was explaining like the riddles to like
Thumb drive.
Gordon. Yeah, he's like
Thumb
what is it?
drive.
He's like
Thumb
it's
drive.
like open. Let's like see like a maze. He's like, what is it? Rat maze.
Rat maze.
Rat
So-
maze.
That was the only dumb part,
What is
but
it?
everything else
Rat
was
maze.
like I thought that's a really like it feels more like the comics, which I would
It was
love.
a
Yeah.
great movie. I mean, I love that they
Fantastic.
finally moved away from The Dark Knight Rises because, like,
What
for
do you mean?
example,
What do you mean?
because it was so Hollywood.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, explosions
Really?
left and right. Like it was.
So was this one?
No, it felt.
It was, but it was very. It was super dark, which took away from that feel.
This one.
Yeah.
I like it was
I liked it,
stylized.
yeah.
It was really good.
It felt like
Enjoyable.
I don't know if you ever read The Long Halloween. That's a comic. It felt like that. It felt like just a bunch of other comics that I read. But there's one actually the sequel. I heard Mr. Freeze might be in the sequel.
They're not gonna
And
bring
Arnold
Joker in,
Schwarzenegger?
are they?
Well, he was in it, so there may be the third one if there is a third one.
He was in it for like the end credit scene or something.
Or they might do Hush as well.
Hush is such a imagine if
I
they
don't
did.
even know what he is, but I just heard
He's
about that.
amazing. Hush
Who's
is such
Hush?
cool.
He's like a.
He used to be Bruce Wayne's friend when he was younger,
Okay.
and then he had like an accident and he went to jail or something like that. I forget.
He's like this.
He's so strong.
He's like the rap.
He,
right?
yeah, he's
Right.
rap strong. Imagine, do you know who the Court of Owls are?
Yes.
Imagine
that
if
would
they
be
did the
cool.
Court of Owls. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Dean?
What?
That would be so cool.
What?
What's the
Court
Court
of
of
Owls?
Owls?
They're like a secret society
I
with like,
see,
of,
yeah.
like ultra rich people, like secret. It's
Ooh.
In like Gotham, yeah.
Are they the good or the bad guys?
Bad.
well, They try
there any
and
good
keep good
ones?
order, I guess, but they're bad.
Are there any
I'll
good
give you the
guys
comic.
other than Batman in the Batman universe?
Robin.
Robin.
Batwoman.
If they bring Robin,
Nightwing.
if they bring Robin back,
Batgirl.
I want him in those like tight little like green shorts. You just see his massive thighs.
Jumping jitters, Batman.
Oh, jeez, Batman. You gotta stop the Riddler from blowing that guy's head off.
Dude, trying to fit
It's a
the
rat maze,
Robin,
Batman.
trying to fit the Robin into one of those a Batman movie like this one would be so hilarious.
I thought-
like imagine
They
him in
just-
like a leotard.
It's like
just,
super
No.
serious and dark, except for like one character who's just
Who's
like,
just
thinks he's in like the '50s Batman.
Batman, what are we doing here?
Jeepers, Batman! He cut that guy's head off.
Get out of here!
Do you remember Robin in The Dark Knight Rises though? Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, was he
but
Robin?
He was barely
He
Robin.
was- well-
at the end of the last movie.
Well,
Oh.
his name was Dick something. What's
Dick
the
Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe Jason Todd. I don't know. One of those two.
Okay.
Actually, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but I know he was Robin.
Can't move on, buddy. I'm sorry. It's just
Yeah.
This
Don't-
This is your
Don't
legacy.
quote me on that right there.
This is
You're
your
gonna be
legacy now,
executed.
buddy.
You're gonna be executed if you get the name of the Rock was wrong. Just so you know.
Bye.
Please no.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people were saying, a lot more people than I thought were saying that Batman was more mid than.
Yeah.
It wasn't unanimously just good.
I
for a lot
loved
of
it.
people.
I thought it was amazing. Like I saw opening night with my dad.
You saw it 4 times.
I saw it 4 times in theaters.
That's
That's
the 3rd time with us.
that's how
right?
much. Yeah. First
Yeah,
time
it's
with
It's
my
crazy. We saw it
dad.
like a few days after it came out. It was already your 3rd time watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I watched it with my dad, and then I watched it with Nick, and then I watched it with you guys, and then I watched it with my sisters. And then I watched it again actually when it came out on HBO Max because I wanted to pause because there was a part where I had to go to the bathroom, so I had to pause.
Right,
I was
right.
so happy I could pause it because it's like almost 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah,
It's-
long.
You
Great.
watch a lot of movies.
You are a cinephile.
I
Yeah.
do watch a lot of movies.
Like, what'd you watch last night? You said you watched
Last night?
Barry last
Barry.
night.
That's
yeah.
a show. That's good.
Barry's. I can tell you the last movie I watched. I'll pull it up right now.
You have a list, right?
I have a list of every single movie and show I've watched in the past 3 years. The last movie I watched May 7th, a little long ago. I watched it with. It was the day after we saw Doctor Strange. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once for the 2nd time.
Oh yeah, I was with you with that.
Yeah.
That was really good.
'Cause the
that was
first-
a better multiverse movie than Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it for the first time when it came out. I forget when it came out, like a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago. I watched it like at the premiere in New York City,
Okay.
or at a premiere, I guess, not the premiere. I think that was maybe in LA or something.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it was really like the theater. There were no empty seats in there. It was a massive theater. Like theater was as big as the pit, like, or maybe even bigger. It was
Damn.
it was huge.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
bigger than the pack, definitely.
Woo.
Every seat was filled, but in there was mostly like cinephiles.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting next to this big fat guy, and he smelled so bad, and he was like doing that, but I didn't care because I was having fun.
He's doing.
He was like doing that, like trying to get the armrest.
Oh. Okay.
But I didn't care. I was watching the movie. I had fun. I cried a little bit at the end.
Which movie is this?
Everything Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Okay, yeah.
For-
Jacob cried as
Jacob
well.
Jacob said he teared up a
Yeah.
little, which I did not know was possible.
Yeah, I mean.
No way.
It was pretty emotional. at
And
the end.
Mila, my friend Mila, who was there, she
She
also
cried.
she cried.
Yeah, that was good.
Wow.
That was a fun movie.
I'm excited for it to come out on like digital, so I can pause it and see each individual do you remember when it was like going through
Oh,
like the
yeah.
different multiverses?
Yeah.
I want to see all of those because there were.
It's always so interesting when they take the same concepts and make a totally different movie out of it.
Yeah.
Like they did
Yeah,
that with
like
the
multiverse.
multiverse.
Like, oh, we
Yeah,
gotta save the
multiverse.
multiverse. I've seen 3 multiverse movies like that recently.
Right.
This one though was like they did it in a fun way. Like Doctor Strange, they're just like, oh, this one has other superheroes in it.
Yeah,
you
Doctor
know?
Strange was like serious. It was like, oh, we gotta stop the. Well, this one was also like they were serious.
Doctor Strange wasn't that serious. It was. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, it's Doctor Strange, so it's not gonna be as fun or funny.
Yeah. So actually, Doctor Strange is like, oh my god, in his movies, he's more fun than he is in any of the other ones. You know what I'm talking about? Like he,
Yeah.
he drops a few jokes in his own movies, but then you watch Endgame and Infinity War back, there's no humor.
And
there.
he's like, we won 1 time out of 4 million, whatever.
14 million.
Yeah.
And then like.
but everybody was serious.
So he actually.
Yeah.
Oh, also I read this thing.
Oh, that's not true. Are you kidding me? There's a.
I guess like, well, most people. Well,
Wong's not always serious. Wong's like, you have to bow for the supreme whatever.
Yeah, Wong is like, he is always serious until there's like specific moments where he just loses it.
Wong's funny. There's one character, or one thing I was watching, or I read about the multiverse, and so you know how at the beginning of the movie, I don't care, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Strange wakes up from his dream, but it's actually another
multiverse?
Yeah, right.
So I read this thing how that means that like pretty much every dream that means that a lot of the dreams that happen in the MCU happen in another multiverse.
Yeah.
So do you remember in Infinity War when Tony Stark is like, I had a dream that we had a baby and named him after your weird eccentric uncle Morgan, and then
like.
As the kid Morgan.
There it is.
The thing with the multiverse is that it's infinite possibilities. So like, of course, there's gonna be a dream where he has a kid.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Like,
but
Right.
And then there's one other dream I forget. I think with Thor maybe, where something happens or he like dreams that Asgard like something happens to Asgard, and then it happens. But I guess it also happened in another like Ragnarok in another multiverse.
So Ragnarok's inevitable, so it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
it happened though.
It happened.
In Thor Ragnarok.
I know.
It also
I know.
happened in the past, I guess.
Yeah.
So it happened twice.
I mean, if there's infinite universes, then everything is bound to happen at some point. So you could,
Yeah.
right?
Just like Rapture in our own universe.
Is
You know.
What?
We gotta pray to God.
Yeah,
Rapture.
Have you ever
Right.
seen This Is the End?
Yes, that is a good movie.
That movie's that's where like the rapture happens, and then
Yeah.
like all the like comedians are like stuck on
Yeah.
Earth.
Right.
And then
Like
they're
Channing Tatum is like the guy's slave.
Oh yeah. And remember what happened with Jonah Hill and the like demon?
Yeah. Oh my god.
And then he like becomes a devil and.
So
That was.
Yeah.
That's-
I remember
did you see
movie.
that?
No, I do remember that movie.
Yeah.
There was that scene where like he's about to go to heaven, and he starts like flipping off the demons.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's,
like-
drops him.
And then- No.
It's like, never mind.
That was I actually really like that movie.
It was a very novel idea
Oh,
to have
yeah.
people play themselves.
Yeah,
Satirical comedies.
wasn't Michael Cera? Do you remember? Oh wait,
Michael Cera, yeah.
I don't think I can say that. Remember Michael Cera when he like opens the door to the bathroom and he's
Yeah.
like,
That was good.
I was thinking
It's
like
juice time.
talking about the multiverse in the movies. I was thinking about our version of the multiverse in the real world, which is just
Yeah,
like,
we talked about it.
Our
Yeah, we were
multiverse?
talking about
What do you
I'm
mean?
like, I don't know. There's a lot of weird multiverses out there.
No,
my
literally.
dreams are. my
no,
dreams
but
are
like
universes.
Yeah.
so actually, like you know how Facebook's investing in the multiverse.
Metaverse.
Metaverse, same thing.
Yeah,
It's like their
not the
version of the
same thing.
multiverse.
No. The multiverse.
Multiverse is like it's an
Multiverse
actual
is like-
quantum theory.
yeah.
That like
Like
every
there's
decision you
our-
make makes another universe.
Like say this is our
So-
reality.
so-
This is like
It's the Schrodinger's cat.
like you pick
Yeah.
up this
Yeah,
versus
it's
this.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, so in that case, at some point there was only one universe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's supposedly like Universe Prime or something,
Mm.
and that like everything is
everything spawns
Yeah,
from
Yeah,
from
that's
there.
that's definitely not our universe.
like every decision you make.
Yeah.
Like say like I were to like grab this instead of this,
Mm.
that would
Yeah.
cause another multiverse.
Because
They
like
go
it was
into
like
that Rick and
so, like,
Morty.
or-
even, like
yeah.
quantum physics,
Yeah.
there's like the wave function that they can't figure out, and like that's how they explain it. But then yeah, I obviously like I'm so out of my depth with
Do your research.
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look into the
That's what we're
multiverse.
that's what we're doing, dude. We're bringing in like a
Quantum physicist?
a quantum physicist on. They're gonna talk about the multiverse. That's what we're
Be like, what's your favorite Marvel movie? I know you're like
oh, is that like too good for you or something?
yeah, I
Is
know
that-
you have a PhD, right?
Tell me about.
You were interesting.
You actually like DC
You
more.
know my
what?
girl. You know my girl America Chavez.
How do you say her actual name? Zoe Cheadle Gomez, something like that.
The actress name?
Yeah.
Something like that. I never know how to pronounce names that start with X.
Yeah.
Is it
It's-
like
it's-
is it Zoe or is it like
Like
Zero?
So
Like-
or Joe or
Like Jean.
or
Jean.
Je. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
people were hating on her. I really liked her.
Yeah, well because
in what?
in Multiverse Madness.
I know why people were hating
Oh,
on her.
and Mom.
right.
Because she was kind of annoying, but she's also
Yeah.
trying to learn her powers.
You
And
know,
also-
I mean,
yeah.
she's fine.
I actually the kids behind us were like when they saw like her parents, they were a little disrespectful
Oh,
with that
really?
Oh, were they?
How?
because
They
her
just like
parents were-
laughing. I know why, but like they were
and
just,
also
like,
because she had the pin.
Oh.
She had like the LGBT flag pin.
Who did?
the American
American
Chavez.
Chavez.
Oh, did she?
Jean
I didn't
jacket.
notice.
She had the LGBT flag, and the kids behind us were being a little disrespectful.
How old were they?
You saw them, right? They were in like middle school.
They were young.
Oh, really?
They're really young, yeah.
They were being kind of racist and
Yeah.
Well,
homophobic throughout the entire movie.
Wow.
They're being racist?
Imagine
Yeah.
going to a Marvel movie.
When the Black Captain Marvel came up, they said some bad stuff.
The black. Oh, jeez.
Oh, Maria Rambo.
Yeah,
Maria Rambo.
Rambo, yeah.
Was it Maria Rambo?
Mm-hmm.
Rambo, whatever.
I like that actress.
Yeah,
I feel like she
remember
was
she was
better.
in James Bond, the new
I
one?
haven't seen the new one.
Oh,
No, she-
I didn't
was
need
she
to see
really?
it.
She was in the new James Bond. She was good in it.
Okay.
Yeah, she was 00. She was also 007.
Yeah,
Oh, was
well,
she the new 007?
She was the
Yeah.
new 007 because James Bond like officially retired, and then at the end of the movie, she's like, "I'll give this back to you," and so she gave him back his number.
So what is she now? Like 008?
I don't know. I don't want to spoil.
Maybe.
I don't know. There was already 008.
And she immediately got demoted to like
I don't want to spoil the
67.
movie because I don't know if you're gonna watch
I'm
it.
definitely gonna watch
So
it.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Don't spoil it, yeah. This one I care about.
Oh
This
my
one,
God.
I'm not.
If you cared about it that much, you'd have already watched it.
Alright, you know what? I deserve that.
Yeah.
It's been out since September.
But they're
man.
like Marvel
Yeah.
fanatics, though.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Marvel fanatics.
This
will
guy
see
was a
movie.
Marvel fanatic, right?
Was I?
I think sophomore year you were a big.
I went through
Marvel
all
head.
the Marvel.
Everybody
movies.
did. When Endgame came
Yeah.
out, everybody did.
Yeah,
That was insane. Yeah.
When Endgame came out, that was the
After
game
Endgame,
changer.
it's like.
That was when the
such
multiverse
a
was
nightmare.
introduced.
Yeah.
Actually,
No. That's when
Yeah.
time travel was introduced.
Yeah, time travel. Also, Loki is a big multiverse thing.
Is time travel
Yeah.
the multiverse?
No.
No, well, it could be.
Well, because,
like, you go
actually,
back and
in
then
that
it
movie,
makes
I
it
remember them
timeline.
saying how they went back in time, and then going back in time and taking. Well, no, do you remember they went to the other multiverse where that Gamora was alive, or was that just the past?
That was just
that was
past.
past.
Because
But
I
the
remember
thing-
them saying them like or something like them going back meant and like taking that changed that universe.
The way they described it was that
Yeah, that's
a
a
change
problem.
you make can't
Yeah.
change your universe.
So it did,
when,
technically.
When it sound, you put it like that, it's
It's
the
a multiverse.
multiverse.
No,
But-
no, because they didn't change anything. They just got the stones, brought them back, and then brought them back
Right,
again.
but like when they were describing it, they were
capped them
saying
back
if
right
you
when they
change,
were-
Right.
if when they were describing it, they were saying if you change something in that multiverse,
It's not your.
it's not your multiverse.
Right.
It's not
It's
your
like
universe.
if you killed baby Hitler, it's like
It's
it's
Hitler
not,
still exists
Yeah.
It's
your
the
universe.
other universe.
It's-
so
yeah.
It's the other. So it's like
that's kind of awful, yeah.
yeah, you know.
It's
But, you
definitely-
know-
it's definitely not a plot hole.
Would
They're
you-
gonna figure this out.
Would you this is a real question. Would you kill baby Hitler?
How do I answer that question?
I'll answer that
Well,
after
one
this.
way.
I gotta think about that because it's.
Think about that.
I will.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it depends on
If- okay.
it makes a difference.
if it
In our
did, if
universe.
it
In
did
our
make a
universe.
difference, yeah. If it did, and it like brought peace to the world.
That's a
Would you
tough
do it?
question. You have to kill a baby, so it's
Yeah,
probably.
But you
He's
save a
a
lot
terrible
of babies.
dude. You'd save a lot of
That's
babies.
fact.
Yeah.
Would you?
This is pretty Machiavellian.
I mean,
Yeah. We're getting down to that.
Really?
I don't know.
We were just talking about Marvel and then it just.
Hey, I'm bringing the serious questions, all right?
Yeah, right.
I don't mess around.
Yeah, we know.
See, he was an awful man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it brings up the whole like, it's like, you know,
Into existential stuff right
it's
now?
like Moon Knight. No. It's like,
No, I'm
we're bringing
fine
back-
with that.
We're bringing back
Killing
to Moon Knight.
Baby Hitler is like killing Moon Knight. Or is
No.
it-
All right, hear me out. You know how Khonshu's like, oh, I punish the people who are like already did bad, and then the other
Oh.
Egyptian
You know,
god
Amen,
is like,
yeah, Amen
I
is
do it
like-
before, and he's like, hey, you can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that whole morality.
I mean, at the same time, though,
Morality.
if Khonshu had been around at the very start of his regime, then he would have taken him out pretty quickly.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I find weird? Sorry, this is about the Marvel.
No, keep going.
Marvel,
Oh,
you
right back to Marvel.
you reminded me of something about Khonshu. So, you know how like the Norse gods exist?
Yeah.
The Norse gods
Yes.
exist. The
Yes.
Greek.
Greek.
No, the
This is actually the Rick Riordan multiverse.
The what?
Rick Riordan?
I don't know who that is.
the guy that did Percy Jackson.
How do you not know Rick Riordan? Percy Jackson, you did the Egyptian.
I know what.
So
there's an
uh,
Egyptian Percy Jackson.
There's an Egyptian, Roman, Greek.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
What else is there?
I don't
Oh, Norse. There's Norse.
Oh yeah. So
There's
so
one more. I can't remember.
the Norse gods exist,
I think
and
it's
so
Arabic.
do the Egyptian gods.
Yes.
And in
Jesus Christ exists in Marvel Universe.
and
Confirmed.
basically in the Eternals, Athena, or they apparently like some god like people base the Greek god Athena after Athena,
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie's character, but they exist in
Oh.
and then like Phastos or whatever, some other dude is
Festus.
like
Hephaestus.
yeah
the
they
Greek god.
like based that Greek god off of that
Real quick,
off of the one from Eternals.
Is
But
Festus the guy that fixes stuff?
I think so.
Okay, Hephaestus is the
Brian
Greek god
Tyree
of
Henry, the guy from,
forgery, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, and so they basically based the Greek gods off of those, but then in the Thor trailer, Zeus is in that, and the Greek gods exist in that.
That's plot hole.
Plot hole
Yeah.
right
Are
there.
you a big mythology buff?
Back in the day,
Back in the day.
I was
Yeah,
a
back in the
huge
day.
mythology-
I don't
I
blame
could-
you.
I
I
used
think
to be able
everyone
to tell
was.
you.
I was
It's cool.
I was
that
like
was
into
awesome.
like
Like
war
the
stuff.
ancient Egypt stuff is really cool.
I used to be able to tell you if you'd asked any god, any Greek god, and I'd be able to tell you
Ra.
exactly. Okay, that's not Greek.
That's-
that's
Well, you said
Egyptian.
I thought you were also
God of the sun.
I remember
didn't
I
know
was
Ra.
obsessed with Greek god or gods, like Greek gods, and then also like World War II.
You were into
every
World War
single-
II?
You were really into World War II.
I was into the Vietnam War.
No, well,
What part of World War II?
I played.
That's one of the questions
I
I'm
played
asking.
Call of Duty World War II. It's like, dang, this is cool.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not cool. But I
It's
was in
not
like
cool.
7th or 8th grade when that game came out, and I was
No,
like,
it's cool.
this is a fun game.
I had the same thing with Battlefield 1. I was like,
Oh, I didn't play
I
that.
want to learn more about Battlefield World War 1 history.
You know, going back to that though, real quick, my dad, I don't know if I ever told you this, he majored in European battle strategy, or minored in European
Really?
battle strategy. Yes.
That's
Which
where
is
did we apply that?
So
Was he in the
random.
military?
It was like generally a history major.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
So-
strange
so he,
major.
like-
What time period? Like battle.
Well, just
battles.
just European. So like
Just
throughout. I mean, you can't put a time thing on
Well,
something
like
that
battle
specific.
strategy?
You just have to be pretty vague.
On
because-
European, well, there's a lot of wars in Europe that fight with like very different ways.
There's-
I'm
been
aware.
a lot of
So you have to
like,
learn about
many
all
lot of-
wars.
lot
So
of
Davis,
wars in
Davis,
Europe.
think about
Many,
this.
many
If
wars.
you were to just specify a specific time period for battle strategy, your class would be over in 2 weeks. So you just generally speaking have to
know.
learn about all of them.
well, like
Every single battle
like
thing.
chivalry
Every
times,
single
Like
battle.
so, like
Battles,
from
like,
the
in
beginning of
the medieval
Europe
times.
to now, I guess.
I mean, that's like 1,000 years. of
I guess.
history.
Oh, like if it's the class about like how it changes and evolves over time.
Yeah,
not-
I mean that's what every history
That makes
class is.
sense.
I mean, how
It's,
much
yeah.
recorded history? I know there's like 10,000 years of recorded, or no, there's like 1,000 or something years of recorded history, but then there's like
I think you're right.
10 times out of unrecorded human history.
There's 10,000.
Some,
I might be totally
yeah,
wrong about
something
this.
like that.
There's like 10,000 years of recorded human history.
Yeah.
And then you're right, way
And
more.
then way more
when they
unrecorded.
Right.
either A got lost or B they didn't.
So
have a
Atlantis
way to write it
could be
down.
real. There's a
No, it could be
Wikipedia
real.
article.
I think
with,
it's real.
With like, or no, actually, I was on Reddit and then I saw this like list of, or it was like a conspiracy theory list of every single like weird like place, like Atlantis, like El Dorado, stuff like that, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it went like, just kept on going. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
are these real?
Dude, I think
all these, like,
Atlantis is
lost
totally
cities?
real. You kidding me?
I
I do. I believe in Atlantis.
I think it's just
I'm
an
personally.
island that went down. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Cool.
I want
Yeah.
El Dorado to be real.
That would be so
What's
cool.
El Dorado? I've never heard of this.
City Gold.
City Gold, like Ecuador or something like that.
Ooh.
There, what was that movie with Tom Holland? He's really young.
Uncharted.
No.
Nah.
It was also about like finding like it was like Amazon's for their first movies. It was
Oh
about
my God,
finding like
yeah.
Lost City of Zed.
I saw a trailer for this yesterday. I can't remember.
Like
which
an
one.
old. It's an old movie.
The
It's
Lost
not
City
new.
is Z.
Lost City Z.
That
yeah.
came out. That's not too old. That's
Yeah, that
2000,
came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
17,
Well,
18.
it's like it's older, but that like I want to do that. I would give anything to be
Explorer.
an explorer in like 1910.
That would
Yeah,
be
I'm good.
so cool. You could like, especially going into like the Amazon, you could
Yeah.
find so many things.
Uncharted,
Mm.
like Uncharted territory, not the movie. Or like going
Or just
or
going
going
to like
to Egypt.
rainforest.
Wouldn't
I
that be
would
sick?
love to.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine being one of the first people to go down into like a tomb in Egypt.
That would be
And being
so
like,
cool.
wow, what did they use this for?
On that note, you know, like spelunking.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm terrified of that stuff.
That would be.
I've been in like one of those caves before.
I've not.
And it was like a
Oh, I
tour,
have
it wasn't
too,
like
yeah.
spelunking.
Yeah.
But it's really cool until you get to the part where it's like tiny and they're like, if I get stuck here, that'd be the worst thing
Have you
ever.
seen the movie The Descent?
Yes. That's the one on Netflix with the zombies, right?
It's not, they aren't zombies. They're like creatures that live underground that haven't seen light, and so
Oh,
they've like
okay.
adapted to.
Like humans?
They kind
They
of
look like humans.
It's,
They're
That's
humanoids.
a cool idea.
the first one is so good. I personally, Dean, I know you aren't a big fan of it. I personally love it. I think it's so
it didn't
well
have
made.
it didn't have the person you liked in the horror movies that you
It
just
didn't
Jenna
have Jenna
Ortega.
Ortega.
No, she was
Jenna Ortega.
probably like 6 years
Yeah.
old when it was me.
Yeah.
No, but it was a fine movie. Did you see the second movie?
I did not. I watched a video on YouTube about the second movie. I didn't watch it because I didn't want to, because I knew sequel second or sequels to horror movies are usually never good.
You were spot on there because I didn't
That's
watch
true.
it either. I literally just read about it, and just the plot was enough to be like.
I know
never watching
she
this.
goes back down into the cave.
What happens
Which is
is
so
she makes
stupid.
it out alive.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then-
spoiler alert. Even though it's been out, like,
No one's
2008.
gonna watch this movie.
Maybe
trust me.
2006.
It's one of
Davis
those
might
like
watch
really
it.
really crappy Netflix horror movies.
It's not crappy at all. It's really good.
The first one?
Regardless,
First one's really
It's Netflix
good.
though.
No, it's not made by Netflix.
it's on Netflix. Though.
It's on Netflix.
What is the second
like a
movie is
Netflix
about
movie.
is that she makes it out of the cave, which you get out of the first movie, and she loses her memory about it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yes,
So
and
she
then-
goes back
That is-
down there
and
to
That is
try
the
to
worst.
regain
That is
the
like
memories.
Spider-Man 3, like
Literally.
plot where
The
the
only
guy
thing I
loses
find-
his memory. You know.
The thing I find stupid about the first one is that the reason she went on the trip, it was like her like husband and kids died or something, and they were like driving, and then like a log. Do you remember like a log came through the window or
Yeah.
something and like killed
It
all
was
of
like
them?
Final Destination.
Final
Yeah.
Destination. Yeah.
It was like really stupid, like something like that, and then it gets cool when they get into the cave like 20 minutes in,
Yeah.
and then it stays
Okay.
cool when they get lost in the cave, and then it goes.
What sucked is I watched this movie in a tent in the woods.
I watched.
So I was like,
I watched
I
it
should-
at my house alone.
When I was in the cave, I mentioned it was like it was in like Mayan ruins, and so it was like.
Oh yeah, you went to.
It was,
Oh,
it was,
that's cool.
right?
It was Guatemala and
Oh.
Belize.
Not
Not Belize. Yeah, Belize.
Peru.
But yeah, it was like the coolest thing because it showed like where they had like the ritual sacrifices, and there was like
That's sick.
where they would like pretend to be gods, and there was like skulls on the ground.
Pretend.
yeah, exactly.
No, they
what I was
would.
You ever,
saying.
They
you ever
would-
played
no, they would
the most
pretend to
recent
be gods.
Uncharted game or Tomb Raider game?
No, but they
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
no, I haven't played that.
It was good.
But what they would do is like they would get people really really high, and like the ancient Mayans would like cast shadows on the wall, and if they're really high, they think they're like the gods because like the rocks are like casting shadows.
That reminds me of Riverdale.
They should. I was saying they should make a horror movie out of it.
Riverdale.
Have you in
No,
Riverdale?
Riverdale.
There's a scene. Okay, real quick. This doesn't take a second to explain.
This was
In Riverdale,
I remember
there
Riverdale.
is a hospital for people that have mental problems or whatever in it.
Yeah.
That some of the characters end up going to at certain points during the series.
Riverdale.
No, I went on a rampage of watching
Have you seen
Riverdale
all of it?
season 4 last. No, I didn't see the new season. I gave up. But
Is it 5 seasons?
it's 5 seasons now. But this hospital, what the people that ran it would do is they'd get the people really, really high on different medications, bring them into this special room, and expose them to the beast or whatever it was called.
The Beast.
Just terrify all the
Show
patients.
That's so dumb.
No, it was a cult. So they'd like.
A show
they'd
about high school.
This is on
indoctrinate-
Riverdale.
Yeah,
This
it's
was
on
the-
Riverdale.
wasn't the, I watched season 1 with my sister. It's
Mhm.
like, and it was a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And
And now it's
So
like
it
a cult
gets
thing.
it gets progressively.
Is it over yet?
No, it gets
my
progressively
God.
crazier and crazier as it goes on. The first one, it's just a murder mystery.
Yeah.
The second season, I don't even remember what the second season's about. Also murder, I think. The third one, they introduced drug cults into
Oh,
it.
I saw the clip online of like the guy who was like
Drugs.
slinging drugs when he was 3, like because of the like terrible like dialogue.
What?
The prison, were you in prison at some point?
yeah.
And the guy's like, man, I had to start selling drugs when I was 3 years old.
Yeah, I had to drop out of high
It's
school.
like, yeah, I had to drop out of high
High
school.
school was like
to sell
high school was
drugs.
about playing football. And
Oh,
I dropped out of
yeah,
high school
yeah.
when I was-
Yeah, when I was like 2 years old to sell drugs.
High school is all about the ups and downs.
Yeah.
But it gets
No,
progressively
he's like the ups and downs of high school football.
it gets progressively crazier and crazier, so that by the time you get to the 4th season, it's about like drug cults and like
That's stupid.
the mafia and stuff.
This show looks just so corny.
No, I gave up on it
So
because it was just too
corny.
much. It was like
I think I watched the
don't know.
first episode and I was just like, how did they get away with script writing like this?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my
people
God.
watch it, so.
The first season was good, actually.
No,
I don't-
but there's
I don't
there's
like
something
it.
to say
The rest
about
of it
like
was bad, but-
about like shows like that that are just
I've seen
turn your brain off.
so
like,
many.
The Kardashians do this. So.
Yeah.
We've had
I've
this
seen
conversation.
like shows that are about murder mysteries that are so much better. Like True Detective season 1, phenomenal. You see that?
No.
It has a
You would like
certain
it.
it has a certain vibe to it that people really like for some reason.
Because every actor is
Yeah,
so
it's-
attractive and.
Yeah,
well,
it's,
it's
you
like
know,
it's
classic.
like Outer Banks. It's like
Oh,
exactly
that
the
show.
same.
That show's very mid.
No, it is,
Yeah,
but
it's
it has
good.
a really,
But there's a
really
reason why
nice
people
vibe
watch it,
to it.
yeah.
Everyone really likes it for some reason. It's the
That's
same
yeah.
thing.
That's also like
Yeah, everybody wants
the
to
newer
be.
like Stranger Things. Like season 3 of Stranger Things is fine,
But
but
it
it's
was
it's,
fun to
it's
watch,
still,
though.
still the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still the also the new season actually comes out on Friday or next Friday.
Are you
or
kidding me?
something? Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know
Or I think it's part 1 of season 4.
Okay. I need to rewatch it. I always
but-
rewatch it for the new season.
Yeah, it's like Outer Banks. Like everybody wants to be the what's his name?
John B.
Everybody wants to be
John
John B. in the Outer
Malkovich.
Banks, right? That's why people watch it. You know.
Because of Sarah Cameron.
You know.
Did you watch the show?
I watched the beginning of the first season.
They're filming season 3 right now, I think.
So that's the only show that convinces the entire audience they want to be poor.
They yeah.
Did you watch?
It looks
the
so fun to have
post-credit
no
scene
money
thing?
and no
Right.
parents and
No
no
responsibilities.
responsibilities.
Having the cops after me
Having
24/7.
having child services hunt me down even though I look like a 38-year-old.
Actually, he is like.
He is like
12.
30 years old. He
I'm
just doesn't
12.
look like a
Leave me
high
alone.
schooler at all.
Did you watch season 2?
Of Outer Banks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the post-credit scene? Or
The
Did I?
post-credit scene of
What was
Outer
it about?
Banks.
when his dad is alive, even though we
Yes.
watched him die in season 1.
No, we didn't. That was the thing.
Yeah, we did.
And I always.
And we also saw his bones.
No, we did. So the thing is, I always remember when I first saw that, I was like, "There's no way he's dead," because it shows him collapsing in the
This whole
sand.
magic thing. Isn't there a magic thing now?
No.
Like
no
what was
shot.
that like book that they had that like brought someone back to life? There's like theories that
What?
that thing that the cross they were looking for in season 2 with the book
Right.
inside of it is like magic.
Oh,
and
okay.
and that theory. Do you remember the woman who like she like was on
And she tried to
crutches
do it, yeah.
and she tried to do that so she could walk.
I thought it didn't work, and that was like.
I don't remember. I watched
I
it.
think
It came out
that
last
it's-
summer or something.
I think catfish. I don't think there's going to be any magic in this show.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's
we
gonna be
watched
an
his
old-
dad
actually
die.
watched
We did watch his dad. Like we watched him, like he was like hit in the head and then pushed off a boat in the middle of the ocean.
But
And then we
remember-
saw his bones.
If somebody goes into the
He-
ocean, then they can be alive easily.
But
You have to see
remember-
somebody like get shot.
He got thrown off the boat.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene of him washing up on the beach and him making a little tent on the beach and then
I
collapsing.
remember that.
Okay, that was a part of it. So I thought when I saw that, I was like, he's definitely still alive. There's no shot they killed this guy.
That scene would definitely make sure that if it shows him crawling on
He's
the
crawling
beach
onto the
after he
beach.
dies, yeah, then
I
he's
don't.
alive.
Maybe that was a post-credit scene in season 1. I don't know.
That was it. Oh, it might have been. It might have been.
'Cause I
don't know.
Don't
They
remember
don't
that.
do post-credit scenes in the Outer Banks.
Because I remember.
Like Doctor Strange is in the Outer Banks.
I hate how Marvel actually has added post-credit scenes like to make it a big thing now.
Do you?
The cameo thing is just like, who are they gonna put in? Who are they gonna put in?
Gonna do it. They
Yeah.
better make it a good one.
Yeah.
Like the second post credit scene.
Yeah,
Doctor
they're
Strange.
just like
That-
F you.
They're
that-
just like
that
it's
was-
over.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
where
that,
they're like,
that was
yeah,
funny. It like
yeah.
made you wait, and then it just laughed in your
Yeah,
face.
it laughed in your face.
It's over.
Yeah.
No.
It's like,
No. I thought it was okay. I mean, it's whatever. You know.
Yeah.
No.
I know. We did have to wait an extra 10 minutes in the theater to see that though.
But I do like what's his name?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
He's funny.
I love the Evil Dead.
He made a cameo. That was like a cameo.
He's been in like a
He's in
lot
every
of.
Sam Raimi movie.
About
He's
so.
been in a
Yeah.
lot of Sam Raimi movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was. I think the Evil Dead 1 was Sam Raimi's first movie.
Did he do
Bruce,
all the Evil Dead?
Bruce Campbell. He did all the Evil Deads. Yeah. Maybe not the like newer one. With, I don't know when it came out.
Oh, like the TV show.
No, the but yeah, the TV show,
I
and then
don't
also one like the reboot. But he did the first 3.
Yeah, the third one was the
I didn't see
the army one and the medieval one.
yeah, I didn't
That
see
was
the
that
one.
was a good movie.
I saw the first one with Jacob, and it was such a fun experience.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's such a good it's like more fun than scary.
Yeah. He has like a chainsaw hand.
It's in the third one.
Yeah, and the
I
third
haven't
one.
seen.
It's so good.
I haven't seen the second. The second one's supposed to be the best one. I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen the second one either.
Yeah.
I've never seen any Sam Raimi films other than Spider-Man's. So
Yeah.
I didn't have much context into what a Sam Raimi film was until I walked in Doctor
You
Strange.
you gotta watch at least with the Evil Dead just to see his style.
Okay.
The Evil Dead movies are
Okay.
fun. Yeah, he's like they're like campy horror, but like it's done well and it's fun and
Yeah.
like he's like a chainsaw hand. He's like doing one-liners and
Campy horror is so fun. Like,
yeah.
have you ever seen the original like Friday the 13th?
Yeah, actually.
No,
I
I
love
haven't.
that movie. It's and actually.
You know what? I really, really love Nightmare on Elm Street.
I mean, I actually haven't seen that one.
You gotta see that movie.
I think one of my favorite horror movies is I have 2. One called, or 3, I guess. One called The Thing, John Carpenter.
Oh yeah, great movie.
So
Oh.
good. The original one, obviously.
Terrifying, dude.
Yeah, it's my
Wait,
favorite horror
which
movie.
one is that with?
That's with Kurt Russell, where they're in like an ice space.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the original Among Us.
Pretty much, actually. Yeah. That's,
Black Christmas.
That's-
The original
you
one.
like that movie?
Black-
No, the original one,
Is
like
that
the
the one
one
with
from
Krampus?
the
Yeah.
70s.
You like that movie?
I love it.
Is that the one with Krampus?
Okay. No, that's Krampus.
That's Krampus. Black Christmas.
Did you see Krampus?
Is these?
I remember the trailer for it.
Wasn't Adam
vividly for some
Scott in
reason.
that movie?
Was he?
It was a weird cast and looked like a weird movie.
It was a
good.
really weird movie.
Really? Did you see it?
I saw it.
It was
I
good.
liked it.
I feel like you've seen every like crappy horror
I have.
movie.
I
yeah.
have. I'm a big crappy
Did you
horror
see
movie
the
guy.
original Black Christmas?
Yes, dude.
Like the one, like the like 70s one with.
I saw this years ago.
With the guy from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen
Davis, it's
that
a great
one.
movie.
What? Black Christmas?
The original one, it's about this group of girls in a fraternity that don't go home for Christmas, and someone is in their house and starts
picked off one by
killing.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's an
That's
amazing.
the one with the toaster scene in the bathtub, right?
I don't remember. There's one amazing kill in
Is
it.
it like
Remember-
actually scary?
Yes,
Or is he just
because
killing
it's
them like
scary.
No, it's
yeah.
scary because like he's in their attic basically, and he calls them, and he calls them on their home phone, and he's like making like pig noises, and he's like hello. It's
Kind of
like really
Scream,
creepy.
but less clever. You know.
That
You would like
that
it.
is terrifying because like
Yeah.
everybody has the was somebody in my house fear,
and
and that's more scary than like a monster.
And it's
Yeah,
somebody in
what's
your
also
attic.
weird. There's a very famous.
Like I
kill.
live in your walls, but,
Especially,
like
especially if it's in a frat house.
No, it's actually.
that make a lot
sorority.
less scary.
Sorry.
It's a sorority house,
sorry,
yeah, not a
sorry.
frat house.
I watched the worst. Speaking of terrible horror movies, I watched this movie with like it was a frat house, and they're having like a party, and there was like a
Neighbors.
no, not neighbors.
That's not a horror movie. What are you talking about?
I'm not gonna try to summarize it, but like it was exactly what you think it was. It was a frat house and like a party with like just the worst. Like the guy like there's a scene where he like blows cocaine and like a ghost. It like reveals the ghost's face.
Oh,
That's
is,
funny.
Is that like scary movie or something?
No, it was actually trying to be a horror movie in a frat house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that does
See,
not how that
this
works.
is not how it works.
Black Christmas is a good scary movie in a sorority. I think you would like it. It's really good.
You're gonna hate me for this. But
I don't
my-
like horror
My
movies.
favorite horror movie is Scream.
I know.
I really like that movie.
You haven't seen? Have you seen the text? That's Psycho.
That's like yes.
Have you,
I mean, no. Sorry.
Poop. Continue.
I didn't say that.
have you seen the Texas
sorry, God.
Chainsaw Massacre? The
No.
original one.
No.
That is another top.
Yeah.
Very
Top,
reminiscent.
top 5 horror
What
movies.
movies
Top five.
Very
don't you
reminiscent
like?
of X.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, it's I think
X.
X took into pretty.
Did X make your top 5?
No.
Here's
My
it.
top. Do you want to know my top 5?
Yeah, give it to me.
I think okay. Well, after the top five,
Top
we
five
need to
horror-
go through
horror movies?
what movies you don't like.
We also
'Cause
only
you
have-
seem to. We only hear about the ones you do.
We only have 2 minutes left, by the way.
We do.
We do?
We can't do
Yeah.
a double.
Well, we're not. This isn't live, so I think it's
We
all
could
in
do
one
s-
recording.
We could split it.
Okay.
I don't think this one will split. 'Cause
I have
it's-
until
No, it
150.
won't. So the way this works is it won't split, but what it will do is make it so that we can only post an hour segment on Spotify.
But then like
Oh, Spotify only listens to an hour.
2 parts.
Actually, it doesn't.
No,
We
because
did
the
2
only
parts for Hill.
No. Oh, you're right. This splits up.
this is
It
what
would
splits
st-
up.
it would
It's
still
this live stream.
It would still split up though without the live stream. Is the issue. Which is annoying.
We can do. Can we do 2 parts like you did for Hill
yeah,
or
we
no?
can.
We can.
Yeah.
I mean, if
We
you want to
wanna-
go for another hour,
I don't have anywhere to be until 2.
times it out.
I don't even want to be till 4.
I have to leave here at 1:50 to get there at 2. So I
We
have.
can go for a little bit.
I have a lot
Yeah.
of time.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you
Go
sure?
ahead.
Are
Hey,
you sure?
I'm having fun, Lee.
Yeah,
I'm having a good
me
time.
too.
All right,
I'm,
sure.
I'm,
Go ahead.
I'm having fun with Davis here. This is
I
like a
know.
whole new.
Dean
whole
finally let
experience.
me out of the kennel. The
Let you out
little
of the
dog
cage.
kennel we have at the
Yeah, there's actually a
Don't
crate right
flip
there.
The camera.
Yeah, don't.
There's like a big crate
After-
with like a small dog
yeah,
bed
after the
and like
podcast,
toys and
yeah.
water right there.
That's
After
just
the-
where Davis lives.
He just after
Davis
the
eats out of
podcast,
a
I'm
bowl.
done producing it. He just shoves me in there, just like throws water at me and like dog food.
Like,
He's
drink.
Eat up, little boy, and then leaves. And
So
like,
actually,
you know.
I guess we
And
could
it's also
explain this to
very common
Alex.
What?
So Davis and I, we decided like when we're just like chilling, doing something like this and just talking, then it'd be like cool to have us both in here.
Yeah.
But with the interviews, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the original Dean's original, which he didn't tell me this until a little bit after. His original idea was that
Because I'd set up the whole plan and everything. I was like, "Oh, Davis, you want to produce too?" He's like, "Sure." And then we just like started.
Yeah. But anyway, we come to the conclusion that like we want the interviews, right, that are like
Yeah.
generally pretty serious, and Dean's, it's like the one-on-one kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then we have people like you on. We can have me on, because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not a
It's-
very serious interviewer.
It's like more
type.
relaxed.
Yeah.
It's more.
And I'm not
fun.
gonna be really very serious on those interviews as
Yeah.
we saw with Rahil's my cameo in Rahil's
Well,
episode.
this is fun because this is like a casual conversation.
Yeah. So we're gonna have these
This
episodes,
is sort of
and then we're
what
gonna
you
have
wanted,
the interview
right?
episodes.
This is like you wanted more of like, or I guess
So
when you were originally like when
you
you
wanted
were
the
kind of, so it's
conversational
a
interview.
mix. It's
Yeah.
a mix. So what I was trying to do mostly was we get someone in for a specific reason. So it is an interview in that
Yeah.
sense. But
Yeah.
on top of that, it's I love it. Yeah.
We gotta
on
do
top
yeah,
of that.
yeah,
it's-
we gotta.
Yes, and the first rule of improv. Yes, and.
So it's kind of like an interview in that sense. But on top of that, it's also
Yeah.
a let's have a conversation type thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that,
Old people listen to, for example, are
Old
just like,
people?
yeah, like when my dad does.
You call your dad old?
Yeah, he's very old.
How old is he?
He's like 76 or something.
is it really?
No.
No, he's not.
He's like 50.
Yeah, his
It's
dad's
there's-
like my dad's age.
Yeah.
That's
no,
not
but
I think
old.
my dad's 50. Too.
I'm being
Older than
I'm
you,
being a
older
rude
than
I'm being
you.
a rude high schooler, right?
You mean a rude
If
son?
you would let me make my
You?
point.
Bad
I'm
boy.
sorry, Dad.
Bad Patty.
No, but like the podcast is they're just like asking general questions. If it's not like there's no flow to it, that's good. But we
Yeah.
want to keep it like semi-professional when you're interviewing somebody.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
know.
Yeah.
I really don't like the interviews that are just like, so tell me about your childhood.
Yeah, those suck.
Like,
Those are so
I don't
boring.
want to sit there.
Tell me
I,
about recent project.
I really enjoy.
So you've
What
been
we've
working
been
with
doing,
Andy
though.
Samberg a lot, haven't you?
Tell me.
I really do enjoy what we've been doing so far, though, which is
Yeah.
kind of like because
Yeah.
Yeah.
my favorite part.
No, we have the serious, semi-serious conversational interviews.
My favorite
and then we'll
part
have this.
is coming into a conversation.
Like starting
Starting
the
and we're
interview.
like, I obviously I stopped to
Yeah.
introduce whoever I'm talking to, but then we go back in. We're just like,
Yeah, just back
we were
and
talking
forth.
about this.
It's natural. Oh,
It's pretty
natural.
natural.
Oh, speaking of,
Oh,
we were talking about.
what were we talking about?
Your favorite movies?
Oh, your top
Oh,
5 horror
yeah.
movies. Tell me about your top 5 horror movies.
Go
Oh,
now,
okay,
fast.
Tell me
now.
about your childhood.
Okay,
What's
top
your
5 horror
relationship like with your father?
Top 5 horror movies. Dang. Okay. So I love The Thing, original one, 1982, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I already said the original Black Christmas. I just love it. I think it's so fun, sort of.
Fun,
Not fun
wacky,
for the people
kooky,
in the
crazy.
So kooky. I'd like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
I like what was the one Robert Eggers did? The Witch. I like the Witch.
The Blair Witch Project?
No, The Witch.
Just the Witch.
Slower paced. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya.
It came out 2015. She plays. It's like very historically accurate. It's
yes.
like it's all natural lighting. It's about this witch that lives in like the woods, and there's this one family gets exiled from their village, I guess, in the 1600s.
Is Anna Taylor-Joy the witch?
No, she's the main actress.
Oh.
She and basically the witch starts like the witch takes the baby
Mhm.
and kind of spoiler alert kills the baby and then like smears the baby's like blood on her to make her look
Jesus
younger.
Christ.
And then
That's
she
some witch stuff, though.
and then she like entices the young boy and the other young boy in the family to and then
Yeah.
and then
I
stuff
don't think
happens
we need a full
with-
summary of what happens in The Witch.
it's very good.
Be okay with that.
And then 5. I don't know what number 5 would be.
Have you seen The Ritual?
Is that the one where the dude dies and then the group of friends go into the woods where he like used to be to like spread his ashes or something, right? Go to
Find the Colts.
yeah.
Oh, grown-ups when they spread their ashes.
What
and
are
then
you
it get,
talking
and,
about?
And then like gets in
And
their
they
eye,
get
like,
they're eating KFC and they dip their hand in the ash. Yeah, and they're like spreading the ash. The grown-up
Wait,
scene.
wait,
There's
no,
a
but-
scene from
sorry.
Grown-Ups.
The Ritual. You seen that one?
Yes,
Are you a fan?
I like the ending.
I liked it a lot.
Um, There was one horror movie. Sorry, I'm trying to find
so,
it.
Dave's,
Oh,
while you-
Rosemary's Baby. I
Never heard it.
love Rose. It's about a woman who thinks she gets impregnated with Satan's kid.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
And it's incredible, so well made. Because Roman Polanski, he's not Christian, so he thought so he basically made the movie where it's not really like a Christian movie. So like the entire time you just think she's crazy and like there's no like overt signs that she is having a baby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I read it in a book. I think there was I don't know. I was reading the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood book, and
Okay.
it was like for some reason describing Rosemary's Baby, and it was like
Right.
he's not Christian, so he made it in a way in like an outside view. So if you aren't Christian, you're still gonna like the movie.
Right.
And so there's no like Christian signs, and it's like it's very speculative. Like she could just be like going crazy.
Yeah.
And that movie is so good.
Speaking of
You gotta watch it. You
Christianity,
gotta watch it.
all right,
Yeah.
every time we start the podcast,
Here we go.
Every time we start the podcast, and like this little thing, it has to put like it just asks you what kind of podcast this is, and I put House of Worship every time because it's the first thing that's up there.
Really?
So this thing thinks that we're like a religious podcast.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it doesn't do anything, and because it's not the YouTube.
House
People-
of Worship?
Yeah, it's
Why
just
is
House of
House
Worship.
what alphabet is House of Worship the first thing that comes up?
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Oh my god.
There's a religious undertone to this podcast, though.
You just hear that?
No, I think.
Oh.
I
It's
think
just
you're
ring of it.
psychotic. Yeah.
You can watch it.
I'm like Rosemary.
Yeah, man.
I'm like Rosemary.
Yeah, tell him.
All right.
You gotta watch
So
the movie.
we know what movies you like, which is a lot of them.
Tell me
What
which ones you
do you
don't
hate?
like.
Yeah.
I watched a movie.
No,
Quarantine.
hate's a real
Trash
word.
that.
Hate's
No,
a strong
hate?
word.
What do you loathe?
What
What if you
That's
found the
my-
director?
What do I not
what
like?
What would you like?
What would you do to the director? if you
Execute
found
the
him?
director for? Yeah.
So there's one movie I watched in quarantine.
Okay.
Okay.
Awful movie called 365 Days. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
thought you were about
That's
to say
the, that's
300.
the Netflix.
That's the
porno,
Netflix
right?
one. It was kind of where this guy, he's like head of an Italian mob. He kidnaps
Oh.
this woman and
I've
keeps
heard
her.
about that. That was
It's like a
a
Stockholm
terrible
syndrome
movie.
movie.
It was a big
It's
deal at the time. I didn't
it's
watch
like
it.
Stockholm syndrome movie where
Yeah, and they're like they speak like the Italian guy in like
it's
the,
in Italian, yeah.
the
And he basically
Chechen woman or something.
no Italian.
Yeah, I thought they were from two different areas, but maybe I'm thinking of a different movie.
And
Oh, you're rating it right
He's
now?
rating it right
no, I'm trying to find my like lowest rated movies on here.
Okay.
Okay, so I hate the Sex and the City 2 movie.
I haven't even seen the first one.
Okay,
Have you seen
so
it? Watch the.
I
TV
watched.
show?
I
No.
did.
No.
I watched the. So the reboot was coming out. I watched the entire show. I watched the first movie. Or so the show, I was like, it's fine. It's like a classic.
Wait, Sex and the City?
Yeah.
You love that show.
No,
You,
I didn't love it. I was just
watched
watching
it,
it because I was waiting for the reboot, and I did
I
like
watched
it.
that in math class.
I did. Don't tell Mr. O'Toole.
You watch Sex and the City.
no,
Mr.
but
O'Toole
he
watches
asked
the
Mr. Toole
podcast,
like
Yeah, every
almost
day.
every
That's
day.
not
He's like,
true.
"Can we watch Sex and the City in class?"
And then I watched the first movie, and it was and a character does something in that movie, and doesn't talk to her husband for 6 months, and then
Wow.
she does something in the reboot actually, and the same thing that her husband did to her, and she's. But the second movie was so bad. It basically opens at a wedding, and Liza Minnelli is there singing all the single ladies, and she's doing the dance, and it's so unbelievably stupid. And then they go to Saudi Arabia or something and commit multiple hate crimes. like they like
This just.
they like
That
fornicate.
escalated
Is this what the
really
first movie was
fast.
about?
No, the second one. They like fornicate in public there.
Does
let's
the
see,
does the TV series have hate crimes in it? That's so out of the blue.
No, the TV series doesn't really.
That's so funny.
It's kind of like
That's not funny. That's
No.
ridiculous.
The fact that Sex and the City had a movie where they go to Saudi Arabia and commit hate crimes, that is a funny concept.
One character is running from the she's like wearing no, she's like in like Saudi Arabia or something, like women are not supposed to be like sort of uncovered.
yeah,
right.
yeah, where the
She
hijabs.
walks out wearing like the skimpest outfit
Burkas,
ever, and that's also another like major crime.
God.
They- you'd be punished under Sharia law,
It's genuinely a terrible movie. I can't not recommend it enough.
Insane.
What
What is like a mini? God, I can't speak. This is why Dean's the host.
Yeah.
What is a movie that was rated very highly and
You
that you
hated
just
it.
loathe?
Okay, let's see.
Loathe
One
is
that-
also,
one that we would know.
Loathe is also
One that you
like
would
a more
know.
intense word than hate.
I know.
Why don't you
I'm
switch to
purposely
loathe?
using that,
Why do you
yeah.
switch to loathe?
'Cause I want the real feelings here.
This movie here. This one. This movie called
Good point.
On.
Can we not say the word hate either?
I don't know. I'm
It's a
usually
crime.
The Conjuring 2 actually. People that right? Conjuring 2. The one.
Did I see that?
The one with-
I saw the
I
first one.
don't watch any horror
The
movies.
one with the nun.
Oh yeah.
I
You didn't like it?
not.
That was fine. I didn't like.
My cousin loved it.
I loved the introduction of the dude. What's the creepy man's name in that movie? That is getting his own horror movie soon. You have a phone on you, right? Look up Conjuring villains. He's getting his own movie, and I loved that
The
character.
old man.
No, just creepy man. Conjuring.
Conjuring villains, Valak the Nun, Annabelle, Bill Wilkins.
What's the scariest one
The-
you've ever
the-
seen? What made you that you couldn't sleep?
Scariest movie. Oh, I remember.
Let's see.
Do you remember
The
Hereditary?
Maze Runner 2.
So Hereditary, I watched. I came
Maze
out.
I'm
Runner
not,
2.
I'm not kidding. The Maze Runner 2. Because then I slept out at my friend's house right afterwards. And I was just like, oh shit, I'm sleeping on the ground. Like, it was a creepy movie when I was like 12.
Yeah.
I watched Paranormal Activity. When I was in like 5th grade in my basement alone at like 12 p.m. or 12 a.m.
Insane.
And I was like,
He's psychotic.
I was like, because
he's a madman.
well, because one of my friends was like, yeah, I watched it. It wasn't scary, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna.
Okay, no, it's my turn.
No,
I mean,
I watched it when I was in. I watched it in like
Big man.
2016 when I moved back in 5th and
Here, let me see your phone real quick, by
sixth
the way.
grade.
Let me see. I'm gonna look this dude up while you're explaining. Thanks.
And so I watched it and I was like,
You
and
made that noise. You made.
I was like, and I was so scared. I like didn't sleep that night. And then I watched it again recently, and I was like, yeah, it's mid. The Blair Witch Project I watched with Quinn over quarantine. The first one. A lot of people. I've spoken to a lot of people about it, and they don't think it's scary.
The found footage one.
Yeah, the first one. But I think it's a pretty scary horror movie, honestly.
Have you ever played horror games? Any?
Yeah, I played shoot, what's the one that PewDiePie played a lot?
Outlast.
Yeah.
I did Outlast 2 with my friends, which was fun, but like, it's like jumping and like you jump scared and you're like running around, especially with your friends. You're like yelling at each other like, go here.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I did that with them. Yeah.
I played a game with Nick and Holden. We played it called it was some amazing. It was so fun and like funny. It was this ghost hunting game called like Para.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Shoot, what was it called? I'll think of it.
Yeah, but it's like where you hunt ghosts in like
you
the house. Yeah.
hunt ghosts, and so you basically have like one person in the van. We usually
I've heard
switched
about
off,
this, yeah.
and then Nick or Holden or I would go. We would like go in groups of 2 and like search the house. We would take like different.
Yeah.
And the ghosts, they would come out of nowhere, and like you would like the lights would like you'd be in the basement and it's so dark and the lights would like just turn off. Like you would have to go in, turn on the generator in the basement, go upstairs, search. And the ghosts, like there was one where you're in a prison and you have to search around the entire prison, and if it's really it's like a huge map.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get lost, you're lost, and you go into like different like rooms, and there was one where I was in there.
Sorry to interrupt. I found him though. It's called The Crooked Man. Have you seen this guy?
Oh
Jeez.
yes, that
he's-
actually looks.
He is scary, and he's my favorite villain. Probably he's one of my top 5 favorite villains in any movie.
Really?
Well, because he doesn't even do that much.
Name
but
your
he's
top
so
5 villains
creepy.
right now.
Horror movie villains or
No, just in general.
just villains?
Just in general. That is a creepy
Ooh.
MF.
I haven't even put a list together.
You know who's a bad villain?
Who?
Jafar.
Jafar's a
What?
terrible villain.
Jafar's an awful
Actually, I
villain.
haven't seen the movie.
My
forever.
favorite villain.
That's a good
is-
question.
Favorite villain.
God.
I
I can really think of superhero ones.
I have
To
one.
be perfectly
if
honest,
you,
the mom from Tangled is actually really
Mom
I'm not.
from Tangled.
No, like she's genuinely a really good villain. She's so clever.
Yeah.
She almost gets everything she wanted. If like
Flynn Rider
if
didn't
Flynn
come
Rider.
along.
No, like think about this. Flynn Rider is
Flynn
a
messed up her whole plan.
He's a notoriously selfish guy. There's no shot he should have been the reason she failed. But then at the
But he's
last
handsome.
minute, he like sacrifices himself, which is something he would
Yeah.
never do.
I thought
So she should have been like successful no
Yeah.
matter what. So I think she's actually one of the best villains out there.
obviously the GOAT is Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker.
All right. Yeah.
You can't beat that.
no,
No,
I
you-
think one of my favorite villains. Did you see Skyfall?
Yeah,
No.
he was just a
Remember
copy of the Joker.
Raul Silva.
He was just a copy of the
No,
Joker.
he was so cool.
That movie came out after Dark Knight came out, and they wanted something edgy and cool like that.
That movie came out.
They wanted something
It
like
was
the Joker.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Zemo's a great villain.
Maybe in the comics.
He was good in the
He's-
movies.
he's
He
good.
He didn't have to do anything.
No, he's good, but
To
he's
get
not like
to-
a great.
He destroyed the Avengers without doing anything. Like,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. He like
well,
succeeded.
but it didn't really work. They came back like a movie later.
They came back together 5 years later.
3.
Well, Avengers, like in Endgame, there's an
Infinity War.
5-year. They didn't really come together in that movie though. No, they didn't. They never even fought in the same area.
What?
You're
For
right,
what?
actually.
In Infinity
right,
War,
you're
they didn't
right.
fight
You're
together at all.
right.
Yeah.
It took almost a decade in Marvel time to get them back together after that. That's pretty effective.
Yeah.
And it was to fight Thanos. Like,
Yeah, Thanos.
It's a pretty wordy with Thanos the glove.
Who were other good villains?
I'm trying to think. I can only think of TV show ones.
Who,
Like
Gus Fring.
Gus
I
Fring.
love him.
Oh
He's
my God.
so good.
The dude from Riverdale. Okay.
Did you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
Fire Lord Sozin.
Oh my God.
So badass.
I hated that man. With
But he
all
was a
my
good
heart.
villain though.
I also hated Zuko, and Zuko is my favorite character in this show.
Yeah, Zuko was a great villain and anti-hero. Like,
Zuko's an amazing anti-hero.
I love that
Anime
show.
stuff. I don't know.
It's not really
it's
anime.
a Nickelodeon cartoon.
Was it?
Yeah,
It's
but it was inspired by anime.
It's genuine, yeah. But probably one of the best animated shows
So
I've
good,
seen.
Okay.
so good,
Okay.
and no right to be good, but it
Um,
was.
What other villains are there? There's some. Who's the one of Barry Fuchs kind of villain?
Yeah,
Fuchs
he's
is.
good.
I like him because he's really well written. Because you sort of like him, or in the first 2 seasons, and then at the halfway point in season 2, you're like, oh my God, this dude's actually awful. And now in season 3, well, you haven't seen the newest episode, but
That
Yeah.
one dude that chased Forrest Gump down the road.
oh
All
God,
the bullies.
He's
I
the
mean,
real villain.
every bully.
Great
Oh.
villains are
Dash.
like ones that like. I feel like they're either just super badass or like they're like
Super memorable.
kind of they're like gray.
Darth
more
Maul
gray.
is a really good one.
Darth
he's-
Maul's
he's
good
really
after the movie, like in the Clone Wars.
Can you hear me louder now?
Can you hear me?
Okay,
better?
sorry. Wait.
Now
Okay.
we're quiet.
No, I was trying to figure out if there was a way potentially that I could turn this up so that you don't have to turn the volume up as much when you listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really loud, but I turn this down.
What? Okay.
No, that
So
didn't work.
Darth Maul and
Try to
what?
find another
Okay, continue.
With Darth Maul in like the first Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
He doesn't even talk.
I know, but he's like a silent.
That is cool. He's
and
like a
then-
force of nature.
And then when he brings out his
That is
lightsaber and it
dope.
goes off both sides,
That's
like
sick.
that can happen in Star Wars.
Prequels,
I don't think
honestly.
he's a good villain. I think he's a good.
Have you seen all the Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were
Um,
a Star Wars person as well as Marvel.
Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Seen
Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter.
I'm one of the few people who actually like the prequels, and
I think they're fine.
well, honestly, it's probably just because of nostalgia. But
I think third's the best they made.
I think they're fun to rewatch. I think they don't need to be like super good movies, and I think I
Yeah.
just like what they are.
I think 3. I said
They're
I
more
think-
for backstory,
I think
honestly.
3
Yeah.
is the best Star Wars movie they made.
Revenge of the Sith.
No,
Sith.
fourth
Yeah.
one, the
A New Hope.
New Hope. That it's just
Yeah.
it's just the original one, and I feel like you can't beat that. It's a
Also,
classic.
I love
I-
9.
I
I know a
lo-
lot of people didn't like 9.
No.
What?
Wait.
9 was fantastic.
You
I loathe that.
you
movie.
liked the Rise
Why?
of
You
Skywalker?
like the Rise
Yes,
of Skywalker.
dude.
Oh
Are you
my
kidding me?
God.
No, I
It is a
liked-
fantastic
I
movie.
loved the
Our
last.
partnership here is over.
The Last
Okay.
Jedi is
All right.
incredible. It's
I'm willing to
the-
break up over this.
the-
You kidding me?
Yeah,
The
we're
Force
over
Awakens is
done.
good. The Last Jedi is amazing. The best of the new.
I don't think
trilogy.
it's amazing. After
The-
I thought it was
the eighth
good.
one?
The second.
The 8th one was good. Yeah.
No, yeah, the 8th, and then
Oh,
and
you're
then
part
the
of that
Rise
camp.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of
What do you
Skywalker
mean
is
that
so
camp?
so
I'm part
bad.
of like normal people that
No,
like
no, there's
movies?
like
yeah.
No.
half of the people who liked
Bro, look up all of
Last
the
Jedi.
ratings.
Half the people didn't.
I thought the 8th movie
Dean,
was like
Dean. Look up
I thought the 9th
look
movie
up
just
any
was
rating
so
for
bad.
the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I'm well aware of the ratings. I'm well aware of the
There,
ratings.
it was not good.
It's
I
just
thought
like-
the 9th movie was as a Star Wars fan, it was a dope ending to the Skywalker
No,
saga. It was
wrong.
a great ending.
See, maybe you're
That
not a real
final
Star Wars fan,
battle-
I
bro.
don't think you're a real Star Wars
That
fan.
final battle is the coolest battle in
No,
any
okay.
movie I've
so,
ever seen.
so
That is so
you
cool.
think it's cool that
After Ready
that's
Player
something.
After
something
Ready Player One.
do you remember
It
when
was a dope fight.
that thing mysteriously
that was
lines up
pretty
with
sick.
the Death Star? Like, how does that line up with the Death
How
Star?
also
the Death Star,
Palpatine
first of all-
returned somehow.
No. But do you remember how the Death Star exploded? Literally exploded into trillions of pieces. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Oh, and then it landed on some
And then-
random planet.
And like pretty much intact.
Yeah.
And then it landed on a random planet, and then this one piece magically lines up with the Death Star, and it's like what?
Or like
and
Finn,
it's
what
been
happened to
there
that
for-
character?
It was a very
Finn was
enjoyable
so
movie.
cool.
Finn just did nothing,
For
and
someone that went to see the movie because
Yeah,
they
I
wanted
saw
to
it.
see
I
a
saw
Star
it
Wars movie.
Thursday
it was-
opening day.
Yeah,
it was a
me too.
As soon
very-
as I could.
It was a very enjoyable movie.
I saw
I
it
hated
the day.
I
it came
and I
out.
watched
Alright,
it. I was
fine.
okay with it, but then after I was like, that just took
Yeah.
a dump on Star
I was
Wars.
like, Palpatine.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get someone that
Like,
came in, like,
Come on,
he
there
came
are cool
in,
moments like Claude.
they had different
I've-
directors.
I love Claude.
You know this.
Oh
They
my
had different
God.
directors for 7th and 8th movies, and the guy that made the 8th
Yeah.
movie just went.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, Brian.
No.
He took Rion. Was it Rion? I thought it was R-I-A-N.
Yeah, it's
With
Ryan.
the
That's
eighth movie,
right,
they were going to
okay.
do something different.
He,
With
like-
the eighth movie, they were doing something different.
No,
they weren't,
it's so
They weren't just going to do a
good.
repeat of the
No.
original trilogy, and then they're like, "Oh, we got backlash for the eighth movie. We can't do like an original thing, so we have to like bring it back to like."
So good.
I thought that
Kylo
with
Ren
the
being
8th
good.
movie, he, as you said, he tried to go in a totally different direction.
Yeah.
It kind of worked.
No, it worked.
A
It
lot
worked.
of wait.
Finn's
guys,
story was
guys,
bad.
we got to stop fighting over this because
I
you
am
two are
passionate.
the only people I've ever met that liked the 8th movie.
What?
I'm not kidding. I've never talked to someone that has had a good thing to say about the 8th movie. in
Dean,
my
how
life.
many people have you spoken to?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Okay.
So what I was saying is they went in a totally different direction with the 8th movie from all the other movies.
They just
Yeah.
let
and
go
it,
Finn's
and it
character,
worked
I
for
think.
some people, but it didn't work for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they tried to fix it, and they did so by bringing in an old character that people like.
I can see why people don't like it.
A
And
lot of people,
I
yeah.
get that.
Like General Holdo, people don't like
yeah,
her.
I think Luke.
Yeah.
Luke
Or
is for
Admiral
people. I like what they did with Luke, but a lot of people didn't, and I can see why they didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean,
But
It
Luke,
has its I like the end of that movie. Like I really like.
Yeah,
when he
I
shows
mean-
up on the. I can never remember what that planet's called, but he shows up on the salt planet and just like
That
takes
was
the
that
blade.
was,
that was
really
so
sick.
and then it's like a hologram or whatever, and
that
Yeah.
was dope.
Or it was a force
that
projection.
was so cool.
That
And
was
then
awesome.
That
Yeah.
that entire fight where they're like in the small little things going towards the like giant.
That was cool. They're on like the
ATCs.
speeders that are like the.
AT-ATs.
Yeah.
It had, like all movies, it had good parts. I just like as a whole, I
Yeah.
did not like that movie.
No, I mean that's fair.
That's fair.
I don't. What's not fair is the ninth one. I hate that movie.
All right. I mean, in my opinion, it was a great ending.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what?
That's
To
that.
each their own.
Did you ever watch
I
the
don't
TV
wanna-
show, The Clone Wars?
No. I watched.
You?
I watched the first season.
no, I watched the first season.
Mid-
First
first
season's
season.
terrible. First season's
Mid-
terrible,
mid
and then
first
it like gets really good, and it's like, for some reason, it didn't have to be good, but it was.
I mean, that's the. I mean, going back to our little argument without the argument part.
Yeah.
It's always really funny to me how some people love movies and people just totally hate it.
Yeah.
I love movies.
Alex,
I
there's very
I
few
know.
movies that you don't like.
Yeah.
No, actually,
Well,
wait.
to be
let
fair,
me get back.
I guess
to,
you only do see good movies.
No,
Or really,
actually,
really
no.
talk about good movies.
Let me tell you, I can find, because you asked me about movies I wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah.
But let me find.
Something that I would know. That's not like some
okay.
random horror movie.
So, the first John Wick movie,
You don't like that.
I thought it was fine. The first one. I was not a big fan.
The second and third just kind of get a little bit
No,
worse
I
for
like
me.
two and three better than one.
Really? You like
Yeah.
3 better?
Three, I really like three.
3's the worst one out of the
Bro,
bunch.
3, every single
Three's solid.
person's after him. It's so cool.
Yeah, but like
It's John Wick versus the world.
Although I think 2's the best.
3, I love the knife scene
Like,
at the beginning.
Bro, 2 is so cool. Do you remember
Hucking knives at each other.
remember the end of which is the one 3 with the like samurai fight, or is that 2?
That's
that
3. I haven't seen 2.
No,
so
I
I've
did
seen
like
that,
3.
so
And the
it's
motorcycle with
Bro.
like the
Yeah.
sword fight.
And
that was
when he's
sick.
on a horse, he's fighting on a
That
horse
was
with,
sick,
with
yeah.
Yeah.
like a sword. That's so cool. Let me find
Those
one.
movies are fun.
Yeah,
Um,
they're fun.
There's one
I
movie.
mean-
I mean,
Uh,
they're
I did like
directed.
the first
Oh.
movie, though.
The-
I thought
yeah.
it was I thought it was fun. No, actually, generally speaking, I think John Wick is fine.
I think as a
it's fun to
story,
watch,
it's fine, but like
fine.
the action is just like 10 out of 10.
I actually think the story is
Yeah,
great.
action's 10 out of 10.
No, the
no, the
story's
story's
good, but it's
very
not
generic.
like-
it's like, oh,
It's super generic,
he
but at the
killed-
same
But it's
time,
fun,
it's
yeah.
fun.
It's
a
certain
fun
yeah,
story.
it's fun.
Like where they're like all afraid of Baba Yaga, like that's sick.
Baba
Yeah.
Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Another movie. Oh, I watched Man of Steel, and I
I've never seen it.
A
hated
lot of people don't like that movie.
I thought it
lot.
was really
Superman,
dumb.
right? Superman.
It's Superman, yeah.
Remember when Superman
That's-
just
yeah.
snaps Zod's neck right in front of the family and like.
That was, yeah. I don't know, yeah.
I was like, ooh.
I thought that movie was very okay. A little bit below mid.
Generally, was that a well-rated movie?
No.
Man of Steel wasn't.
Let me
it was
check.
like 50% probably Rotten
on
Tomatoes.
on this app. It has 2.9. Yes, so not 2.9.
Out of 5 or 10?
5.
Out of 5. Oh, okay.
What'd you think of Snyder Cut. And like, what do you think of like Snyder?
I
DC movies?
watched the Justice League in theaters with my friend in 2018.
I did
The
too.
Joss Whedon one.
Yeah.
I
Didn't
did
like
not
it.
like it. I
No.
watched and then the Snyder Cut came out. My dad and I watched it in
I
like
liked
one
it.
sitting. I thought it was pretty cool.
I liked it. Yeah.
I thought it was very. It was
I
a
enjoyed it.
lot better put together. I guess.
Yes.
That movie brought up the argument of why don't directors get more say in the final cut?
Yeah.
Actually, on that.
Well, money,
people-
money. But at the same time, like
The original
well,
Suicide Squad movie, the one with Jared Leto.
yeah.
David Ayer, the director, he did not really get a big say in that one apparently. So
Wow.
people
Yeah.
are like rallying, like release the Ayer cut.
They're not gonna do that.
And then also this new movie, The Northman, I watched with Jacob.
I need to watch
Um,
that.
Apparently there was a lot of studio backlash.
Now, did they with the? Do they typically make their own version of it, and then the studio sees them? They're like,
This-
"Cut this,
I think
this,
it's the
this,
cutting
this."
room.
Yeah,
How
no.
usually
Well,
start
the
cutting
cutting
it.
room and then the studio executives are basically like
You want more
the
Fortnite
studio exec.
and
Yeah. Remember when Fortnite was in Marvel?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was big. Fair
Oh,
enough.
shoot, what was I saying? Like something about the
Studio cuts.
studio cuts. Yeah, the studio executives they kind of have to say.
So, like in Marvel,
Unless-
does Kevin Feige come in? He's like, "Cut this, this, and this."
No, well,
Kevin
Marvel,
Feige,
it's
probably not, because he's like planned it all out.
Marvel more has a plan, every like overarching
yeah,
plan.
and they just get directors.
They
to execute it.
sometimes change it, like obviously with Black Panther man dying,
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman dying.
Yeah.
That's a big.
I feel like Taika Waititi had like more say than other people did.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, when you
I
get
think
But it
they,
was
great
still a
director
Marvel
like that,
movie.
yeah.
But
They
it was still a
definitely-
Marvel movie. Like it still felt like a Marvel movie.
they definitely do
Like,
give
Taika
their
Waititi.
directors, but I feel like independent movies more like
Well,
A24 and Annapurna, they definitely give their directors a lot more
Anita
say.
Brooks.
This multiverse of
Anita
madness
Brooks.
shows off pretty well. The director having a lot.
Yes,
to say.
that's true.
Yeah,
But
more
but
say.
the
It
thing
still
is,
feels like Marvel.
the director most of the time for the Marvel movies, like James Gunn and Taika Waititi write the Guardians of the
James Gunn,
Galaxy,
yeah.
but they
Yeah, I
don't
love
normally
James Gunn.
have like normally it's not the Marvel directors that write
right.
the movies.
Right.
Like
Or
I
the
think
what-
Ryan
what
Coogler wrote
happens.
Black Panther and wrote Black Panther
I think
2.
they write like they. I think the Marvel will probably just be like, "This is what we want out of it,"
Yeah.
and like you can probably
James
just do
Gunn
it,
actually-
and then they'll like put a lot of input during the project.
They gave James Gunn full reign. They gave James Gunn full reign over the Suicide Squad and
Did they?
Yeah, that was smart.
and Peacemaker.
What'd you think of Suicide Squad?
The new one?
Yeah,
I loved it.
I liked it. Yeah.
And then Peacemaker on top of that
Peacemaker was good,
incredible.
Yeah. So they gave him a lot of say. In
They
this.
gave him total
It's
say.
funny because studios are like, why do we not make good movies? And then like they give the let's
the
directors
director.
actually do it, and then they're good movies.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
When you let
Besides
people that
Michael
know,
Bay.
Except or
Besides-
Zack Snyder most of the time.
Besides Michael Bay.
when you let
The
people,
ambulance.
Michael Bay brings in the money.
when you let people who know what they're doing do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it works out pretty well. Executive producers tend to be businessmen.
My
Yeah,
uncle
yeah, yeah.
actually just produced a movie. It's coming out
Did he?
soon. It's about
Really?
Willie Mae Aikens, baseball player who went through some racial stuff in the
Mm.
50s.
Okay.
So you
Little
and
plug.
Little plug.
Little plug.
Look at the camera. Tell. Give
Little
us,
plug.
give us the name. give
It'll
us
be
the
out
name.
soon, I think. Something. It was been in production for a long time. Yep.
your uncle is in VFX.
My uncle, yeah, he's in VFX. He did. He used to work with Lucasfilm, so he worked
Right.
on the Star Wars movies. You know, did you guys see Rogue One?
Yes.
Yeah, that movie's amazing.
I like Rogue One.
Thank you.
I like Solo.
I
We'll get to
see,
you later.
now
I
you're-
like
get
that
to
movie.
that later.
Davis, now you're wrong.
Now
It's
you're
a
wrong.
fun Star
So-
Wars is just
What I will
Is
say,
that
Not good.
okay, if you like Solo, then there's no way on earth you don't like the ninth movie, because they're the
I think
exact
Solo-
same thing.
Bro,
Okay.
okay,
They're not the
two
same thing.
different things.
No, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
okay,
They're
okay,
a
okay. We'll
fun
get into
Star
that. We'll
Wars
get into
movie.
more
Okay,
Star Wars
anyway,
movie.
anyway.
Let him
Only
finish
Star
Star
Wars
Wars.
movies
Anyway,
I
anyway.
hate.
VFX. Okay, so he worked with Lucasfilm for a while. He, generally speaking, just like, literally just the VFX stuff. And the
Yeah,
aftermath,
like,
Is he
Yeah,
like
he
head,
also-
head of the like VFX studio?
Well, I'll get there in a second. So he.
okay,
Yeah, excuse me, excuse me.
Mr. Head of the podcast.
He directed the awesome space fight scene in Rogue One. That
That's
was his
sick.
thing.
No
That was
way.
Sick.
Did he direct the planet exploding?
There were a lot
Yeah,
of good
so
there were a lot of good visuals
I
in
told
that.
you this. He specializes in explosions.
Did he
That's his
special?
thing.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
like,
he is
yeah.
a
So
Star
he,
Trek.
he did specialize in the planet exploding at the end of the movie when every character dies that we've come to know.
Exactly.
What about the robot?
Ben
Did he do the robot?
Man, we're
Alan-
I'm not going to be able to ever finish this story. I'll
Sorry,
just
man.
jump
I'm
left.
Sorry, man.
asking you a question
I'm
about the
excited.
story.
I'm
Did
excited.
you do the VFX like the robot too?
No.
Or is it just the explosions?
When I get
I mean, so
excited,
he
I
does a
get
lot of
excited.
explosions. I never saw Star Trek. I'm sure you've seen it.
No.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
no,
saw
I've
the
never.
newer ones.
Yes, I saw the first one.
Where the big thing crashes in the city.
That
and
was
then
him.
One with Benedict Cumberbatch.
That was when the Enterprise crashes into I think it was San
And then he's
Francisco.
like-
That was him.
I've
He
seen
won
the
an
first
Oscar
one.
for that. Actually.
Really?
He did.
Best,
Who?
best VFX.
You're-
My uncle.
You got your uncle has an Oscar.
He got an Oscar for the explosions in that
That's
film,
That's sick.
which is absolutely
That
sick.
is so cool.
And,
He was at the Oscars and like
so
picked it up.
it's like one of the daytime Oscar things. So this is for
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Snub the.
I
'Cause
really
they
hate the
always-
Oscars
Yeah.
actually.
they always separate the people in the studio
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the actors.
the actors and
It's
directors. and
so
stuff.
dumb. Do
he
it
did
for- sorry.
the daytime thing. Yeah.
For
He
this year
has
for
an
the
Oscar.
Oscars.
That's
He has
awesome.
an Oscar.
Yeah.
For this year for the Oscars, they did like a bunch of new like they tried
We
to
should get him on the podcast. Sorry. I didn't
I'm
they,
just saying,
they,
Yeah.
they tried to cut down the Oscars to make it shorter,
Yep.
and so they took out a bunch of crucial
Yeah,
like
the people
costume
who
design
actually
or
do the
whatever.
work and,
And
they
then
subbed it for the actors.
It was actually the longest Oscars ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is so
Because of the
awesome.
whomp.
Just
Right?
Will Smith crying and spinning after he slapped her. There's something going on.
I don't know what's happening.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
that's the oh.
But regardless, I told you
G.I. Jane
he doesn't work at Lucasfilm anymore because
Yeah.
when Disney bought them, he moved. So Disney actually, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, they fired 90% of the Lucasfilm.
Even the guy with an Oscar.
No, they didn't fire him. He was one of the 10% that didn't get fired.
Oh.
but
he
he
quit,
but he hated the leadership.
That's-
and all the people he'd worked with that were really qualified to
Yeah.
be there were all fired. So so he
They were
moved,
going.
and now he works at Fortnite. I'm not even kidding. He works at
Fortnite?
Epic Games.
He works at Epic Games.
Yeah.
Damn.
But he doesn't work
That's like
on
a
Fortnite.
step down.
What
bro.
is he?
No,
work
he doesn't
on?
work on Fortnite.
That's
he works
not.
on.
Does he
You know
work with the
how
un-
much money Fortnite gets?
Does he work with the Unreal Engine?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually sick.
So
The
he is-
Unreal
How
Engine.
did we
is-
not know this? This is very interesting.
No, it's pretty cool.
No, the Unreal
Um,
Engine is like the, have you seen the like test footage
Yes.
stuff?
No.
Like the fifth one or something. It's
Yeah,
on.
Unreal
Yeah, it's
Engine,
crazy.
You're
They
gonna
use
have
it
to
for.
explain it.
they
What
use
is
it-
Unreal Engine? I
It's,
just
it's
know
like
that
a video
it's-
game engine.
it's,
I figured, yes.
yeah.
It's like an animation engine.
They use it for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
All like the surround.
The entire
green
background.
Yeah, background.
It's actually not a green screen. It's
I
like
know.
a,
I'm saying
a
it's
light
not
screen.
a green screen. It's like
and
the
they
circling
build
light
the
screen.
whole.
That's why it looks so good.
It's yeah. And they use it for Boba Fett, Jango Fett,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Boba Fett mid.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett mid. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first half I
Good.
liked.
Are we going back to Star Wars now?
No.
No, we're
No.
not. No, we're done with Star Wars.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
doing
I
this.
thought we were talking about Solo.
No,
we're not
I'm
talking
not going
about
back
it.
to
No, we're not
Solo.
doing
I can't talk
It's a
about
decent movie. It's fun.
Okay,
It's a fun
one
movie.
last thing about Solo.
Oh
Sorry.
God.
In the trailer, they show a clip of Chewbacca in peril, and he's about to die.
Yeah.
And guess what happens? One of the main characters of the entire series does not die.
Shocker. Shocker.
Yeah.
I don't know. It had its
It was
ups. It had its
fun.
downs.
Davis?
Whatever.
I liked it.
I liked it.
I enjoyed myself. It's a good time.
Anyway, it was. Yeah, I'm not. We're done with that.
See, now you're just wrong.
Now.
Alright, fine. Star Wars is a very touchy subject.
No,
just in
it's
general.
annoying to me
Yeah,
how.
fandoms.
As you were
Fandoms.
saying, it's annoying to me how a lot of the guys that do the background work. I say background work. It's like pretty up there. They
No,
don't
but it is
No,
background.
it's like
'cause they don't get the spotlight.
the
They,
behind
well,
the
they don't get the
scenes
spotlight. It's a behind the scenes kind
Yeah.
of thing, but at the same time, it's like very obviously an important aspect of the film.
Oh, it's like
so
most-
it should be featured.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you could hire. I'm convinced you could hire almost any actor to fill almost any role. There's some
Any
explanations
actor?
there.
Acting
Like
is hard, but it's
a lot
not
of actors
that
are
hard.
replaceable in specific films.
Yeah.
Like for
Oh,
example,
Marty McFly actually was originally they shot a lot of scenes without Michael J. Fox, and then they
Put him
brought
in
on
the-
Michael J. Fox, and he was better.
yeah. Well, so
He was
obviously.
at the game last night.
Really? Did you meet him too?
No, I got a photo of him.
I'll just took a picture.
show
of
you
him.
after, yeah.
Yeah, of course you did.
But there are like specific examples. For example, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, stuff like that. But at the
He's
same time,
irreplaceable.
but at the same
Yes.
time, there are a lot of films that come out, and you're like, oh, I can picture 5 actors that would also
Yeah.
be good in this role.
Acting is
Yeah.
hard, and I probably can't do
Oh,
it
it's
to the
very,
level.
very
Most people
hard.
can't do it to the level, but it's
I'm
not worth.
Not a good actor.
It's not like the hardest job ever, and they don't deserve all that attention. You
I
know?
think the directing is the hardest part of directing and screenwriting
yeah,
specifically.
but they don't deserve all the
I think-
all the spotlight. Is
So
what I'm
the
saying.
thing is, it's not a
No.
high risk, high reward situation. It's a high risk, little reward situation. Because
Yes,
all of
yes.
the writing, and if the movie goes badly
Yeah.
because of the writing, it falls all on them.
Yeah, but actors,
They
if
don't
they're in a
get the
bad
credit for
movie,
it.
actors
No.
don't have any say. Or actors, if they don't have a say, they're in a bad movie, they're not going to cast.
Yeah,
it
it's
in,
not.
you know.
I mean, unless it's a
Right.
bad acting job, but usually, like, if the writing is bad on the movie, it's unsalvageable.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's
Writers are
that's
very
like
important.
the very beginning
Writers
of the
just didn't
process.
strike because they weren't getting paid enough.
Yeah.
No.
That's actually why Breaking Bad season 1 is shorter than all the rest of the seasons, because that was right.
Yeah,
in
the writing strike.
Yeah.
Second James Bond.
And also lost season 4, I think.
The second Daniel Craig James Bond, they had to write the script on set because all the script writers quit.
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace.
I
yeah.
liked that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like
it
it.
was plagued by script issues because of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That movie's sick. Remember
Yeah,
the
writing
whole
makes a lot.
plane
There are a
fight?
lot of that's one of the big strikes that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Writers?
They
yeah.
a lot of blame falls on writers if the movie doesn't go well.
Because it's like one of them. It's like you
It's
said, the
it's
most
like
important thing.
it's
if
the,
writing's
it's
good,
like
it makes the
that is like pretty much the beginning of the process.
Yeah.
Like you may do a little planning beforehand, like where you want the story to go, but that is where that's the story.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go well, it falls all on them though. That's my issue.
Or the director.
No.
Mainly the
There's a
director.
lot.
There's-
It mainly goes on the director or the studio
Or like
the
if
actors.
if the
It's
production
still a
is
high risk,
bad,
high reward thing.
Because anybody
sometimes
can-
the
yeah.
producer. No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's
You can also just write a script and give it to them. You know.
Yeah.
Or they can buy
You
it.
said high risk,
Yeah.
low reward. That's what I meant.
no, but if
It is a lower
if
reward.
you
yeah,
write
it's
very low
reward,
reward.
Yeah.
if you write a good script, you can sell for like millions of
Millions of
dollars.
dollars, yeah, and then they make even more money.
Sylvester Stallone,
Some Rocky.
Rocky.
You
Yeah,
know
I
he was
see.
like poor. He was like homeless with
He
that
was.
movie.
He,
Yeah,
you know,
he's in
he had to sell his dog.
Yeah.
He had
And then he, like, bought his dog back
adult
for, like-
video.
Yeah.
He was in,
Did he really?
yeah, he was in an adult video called
But-
The Italian Stallion.
But when they came to him, they offered him, I think, $500,000 for a script. He said, "No, I want to be in it and direct it." So, or no, he said, "I want to be in it," and he didn't direct
Yeah.
it. He said, "I want to be the main character," and they were like, "Okay, fine." So that's why he's Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. One of the biggest movies in the world.
Also, the guy that played Joey in Friends,
Triviani.
he was like, he had like $30 or something, and then the first like couple episodes came out, he was like, oh my god.
The first thing he did is go to the diner and buy a warm meal. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That is so epic.
And Davis, when he makes bank off this thing, he's gonna go buy a cold meal because he only eats hot meals.
I'm only gonna eat the dog food Dean's gives me.
He's gonna buy the premium
You
dog
know,
food.
Buy the premium dog with the bacon.
You know, Davis was like complaining about having to come at 10 a.m.
Yes.
tomorrow instead of noon
Yes.
because he doesn't want to wake up
Davis.
that early.
I don't want. Yeah, you know when I
Davis.
woke up today? I woke up at like 9:30.
Oh my god.
I like 10, and then I came
Davis,
here.
your sleep schedule's awful,
You
man.
literally-
I cannot
wanted
wake
to-
up. I just can't.
So maybe you can
Tomorrow
be-
we have our thing at 1:20 also.
That's why we're doing it early.
No,
so,
yeah, and I'll get up.
So what I was saying, maybe you can be a moderator on this. I was saying.
He's right, but I don't want to
I
do
was
it.
saying
anyway.
it'd be really nice to do it at like 10 in the morning instead of at noon.
Yeah. The only thing is, I have to be.
Well, I just meant for like our future interviews.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah,
inviting
yeah.
you back. Yeah, I hope
You're
you know
done.
that,
You're
yeah.
done, buddy.
This is
we-
my lesson.
Yeah. No, you've got. Wait, give me a second. You've got.
Bye.
You've got 23 minutes left. No, but I was saying for future
I'll be
interviews,
moderator.
it'd be good to do them earlier,
Sure.
specifically,
Yeah,
so
so
that
you can
because
golf.
whenever we start at noon, pretty much, actually,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if we start at noon every time, and it goes until like 2ish,
2 or 3, yeah.
and then
We
it's
also-
like
we-
there
we-
goes most of the day.
But
Yeah.
we can get out earlier if we just do some of the editing at home, like for the Instagram and stuff.
So that's part of it, but at the same time, if we just get up and come at 10, we get the filming
Yeah.
done way before
You
noon.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have
Dean,
all.
some people are not as
Tomorrow-
responsible as
so
you. You know.
I
don't.
I can't
It's a
actually come
timing
to-
issue.
I can't come tomorrow to help moderate. I'm getting my tux for.
Well, no,
Thursday.
I just
we're
meant
talking
moderate
about,
like
like,
this
our
argument. We're
discussion.
Oh.
No, in this discussion, I know you're right, but I don't want to do it anyway.
It would be so helpful.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
So
do it. We're gonna
good.
do it tomorrow.
And then it's gonna go really well, and you'd be like, "Oh, Dean, you're right.
I'm gonna
Oh,
be,
Dean,
I'm gonna be
you're
half
right."
asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that you're wrong. You know.
No, it would
Um,
be nice. It'd be
Tomorrow.
nice. Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yeah,
So I'm
no.
You want to hit the
Wait,
range? Is that what it
Is
what
it?
is?
Is it on Friday or Thursday?
Well,
Yeah.
Thursday or Friday?
What?
Prom.
Thursday.
And have you figured out a time we have to be there? And
St. Luke's.
So pre St. Luke's,
What time is
I
pre-prom?
texted with Sarah. She said pre-prom is at 5:30.
where?
TBD.
These two
They're
bachelorettes.
still
are going to
figuring
different
out
schools,
everything. They're still figuring out everything.
Bachelors are going to another school's prom.
They're still figuring
Yeah.
out how transportation after prom.
Where is the pre-prom?
It's
Are
on
we
my- it's on my phone. I'll
talking
tell you
about
after this. I'll
future
tell you
plans on the
after this.
podcast right
Yeah,
now?
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
excuse me. So Alex, tell me about your relationship with your dad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I already went over.
No,
He's a good man.
So, do you lose hearing from watching so many movies?
No, I kind of lost hearing from the game last night.
Did you?
Game.
I got home, I heard ringing.
That happens at like any live event like that.
Yeah, any loud event. Sometimes I'll be in my basement, and you've been to my house, right?
Yes.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I do.
I've like the little theater in the basement.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be playing the volume so loud that my dad will hear it upstairs, like vibrate through the house.
Oh my god.
That happens, yeah.
Be
I
like-
have the same thing in my basement.
You gotta turn it down. I'm like, but
Yeah.
it's Blade Runner 2049. You need.
You need,
you, like,
you need
need
a
the-
surround sound.
And
Yeah.
or like it's like movies with like cool soundtracks with like deep bass, like
yeah.
whoa.
No, loud does equal better, I feel like, with a lot of
Yes.
things.
Yes.
A lot of doctors talk about the dangers of
Yeah.
A, listening to loud music, B, looking at screens too much.
Hey, the only doctor I
Um,
believe in is the one, the big G. And he'll tell me what to do.
Who are you talking about?
God, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I listen to doctors.
So with the hearing thing, with the hearing thing, so you know the twins, they listen.
No, I don't.
No,
I
they
know.
listen to
I didn't see the
music
twins.
so loud in the car. If so,
For Tracy, the
That
dad,
I have
it's-
friends who do the same thing.
My
They're
average-
like, I can't, like, how do you
so every
talk?
car's sound system's different. So like putting it in perspective, I usually
Yeah.
listen at 16, volume 16, which is just like a nice average, whatever. Like you can hear the music. pretty
Yeah, it's
clearly.
not.
They're always on 40. Every single time we go in, they're like, turn it up, turn it up. I'm like, I can't, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I have, or if there's like a real bass in your car and it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like rear. They're like
Yeah.
side view mirrors, but like vibrate because of like if I'm listening to like a funk song or like a
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
a Kanye song, like
But
the
it's like-
bass will go like or the
Yeah.
mirrors will like
Yeah.
shake. I'm like
Yeah.
I can't.
I had a friend. We were in his car in like a truck, and he has like one of those really like robust speaker systems.
Yeah.
And he put like ASMR. It's just this person going, and it's rattling the car. He's just someone blowing into a mic.
I'm gonna do ASMR, guys, by the way. I'm so
It's just
sorry.
that super loud.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Listening.
It's-
You're ready, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm gonna turn them back down.
Thank you for letting us speak very loudly.
Okay. Anyway, but no, I like doctors say it's like obviously really bad for you if you have your volume too loud. You guys are gonna be the death of me. That's actually.
we have it on we have it on these interviews, right?
Yeah, this is more like casual,
We're
laid
having a
back.
good time so far.
We got different
Yeah,
types.
this
yeah,
is fun.
We got a variety here. With the
Although
Pieces
I
podcast.
am understanding the whole talk over each other thing more and more now though.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
We've been
It's
talking over each other. this whole
conversations.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens every conversation with it, like
Yeah.
even outside of
Because
this.
it's au naturel, baby.
The goal is to moderate
Yeah.
yourself, but it's hard to do when we're all
Yeah.
trying to get our word in before we
We move on to
Yeah.
our
our
next
ADHD
topic.
minds jump
Yeah.
to the next topic because God knows we haven't had a full conversation this whole time.
He does.
My boy. But
He
but
does
yeah,
know that.
that's why we're doing.
That's that's why we got these.
Probably
and we got
got,
the
like,
interviews.
18. Okay.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
still
we
got
got time.
we got 16 minutes left,
Yeah.
Okay,
and then I'm playing the entire outro.
Nah, fam.
Okay.
Nah,
That's
so
fine, baby.
Playing the entire. outro.
so single compadres, you guys still competition?
They shut down.
No, baby.
No way.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna.
We're the number one.
Oh,
But we were always the number one, and I want everybody to know.
they actually,
that
I
we
do know.
Could not be compared to.
They shut down because they were
Talking
cursing,
about-
right?
So
And then talking about other people.
there were a
We don't
couple of
curse.
reasons here. We're not gonna go into too much detail.
I mean, no
Sure,
one's
we'll tell you
gonna
after.
get to the end of this.
You know what's good? The
Yeah,
part
right.
where I accidentally said the.
Didn't know the word. But
Yeah.
what happened was,
I will.
they
I've said it
watched
for
this. I think it was the second video, and they were the school was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like,
Yes.
absolutely
Yeah,
not.
Yes.
it's like, yeah, no, we're not
The,
going to condone
the
this.
second video, they were talking about a party, and
Mm.
someone on that podcast.
Let's not get shut down too.
Well,
Yeah,
but
they're not gonna get to the end of this either.
it's funny, I texted. I texted
2 hours in.
I texted Danny to ask about a collaboration. He's like, "Dude, they shut us down."
They shut us
I was
down.
like, "Oh,
We get him on
Yeah,
our podcast
Brandon-
talking about the controversy.
Danny."
Wait, I'll ask you after the podcast.
Okay, tops.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
all right, touchy subjects.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
we
so
play pretty
we
safe.
eliminate the competition.
But
By
but
accident.
isn't Hannah's podcast also?
Hannah's still going.
And then
I
Trace
didn't-
compadres also.
I don't know what it's up with. Did they
Trace
post anything?
compadres.
No,
Okay.
I think they were doing that as like a joke.
So Hannah's
Yeah.
going. Her thing's going. I don't know where to watch it. I need to ask her tomorrow.
Probably
Has she
YouTube.
made it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she made.
yeah, she made one or
a couple
two.
of episodes.
She,
yeah.
we could do a collab.
Yeah, we can do collabs.
Yeah,
Fun.
we go on hers, she go on ours.
We're thinking about.
Man.
Yeah,
we gotta
just-
do we gotta do a lot more
just
networking
saying.
out here in the Dean's
We do.
podcast.
We need to.
Oh yeah, Dean. Speaking of network, whatever happened to that G Fuel man?
Oh, I need to.
Yeah.
Need to reach out. It would be
Okay.
really cool to have. I don't know.
That would
what
be
our-
really
It'd
cool.
be funny as freak.
I don't
G-Fuel
know
man.
what our plan is. If we're planning on
Yeah,
doing
keep looking
this,
at the
I don't
camera.
know if our plan is to keep doing this. We have no idea what our
What
plan is.
podcast after school?
But we're gonna keep doing it until graduation, obviously.
Well, at least.
Yeah.
Or
I
we
mean,
don't-
if
we
you
haven't even
guys,
talked about what we're gonna do afterwards.
if you
but
guys are enjoying
No.
it, you can continue after school.
Did you say no?
No, I said.
And then
I said no to
eventually,
the other thing. I was just saying no to the podcast.
No, I was saying
he's like podcast Alec
if
after
we
school.
wanted someone like the G Fuel guy to come on, which
We
I
could do it
would
after school.
love, it would have to be this summer.
Eventually,
Yeah.
you could also do Zoom.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun.
Like once we're done with like this stuff, we can do
Zoom.
it just like Zoom. That's how they do a lot of podcasts now.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm really not
if
a
we
fan.
need to do
It's
that.
it's good
If we
audio.
need to
Like, I
get,
mean, you don't
An
have to.
absolute last resort.
You don't have to film. You can just record the sound.
If we got somebody big on, like big, we would Zoom with them.
CD
CD.
No,
coming to our prom.
she gotta be in person.
Oh.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
I
I don't know what
have to
you're
edit-
talking
I have to edit that.
What's
Mhm.
the timestamp?
You're meaning
At 1:45.
I mean,
CD as in Chris.
Carlos
Chrysler?
Dominguez.
Chris DeLuca.
Carlos Dominguez.
I'm gonna have to
Nobody.
edit that
Alright,
segment out.
I'm gonna be honest. None of the people were gonna get to the point where we need to edit this out.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? Raheel said he listened to the
if-
podcast.
Yeah, I would.
I don't think he listened to all 2 hours.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of Raheel, if you're listening,
If you're watching Hill, I love you.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Dean. I'm sorry.
1 hour and 45.
Nobody's gonna get this part, honestly.
Davis, you're editing this part.
So our band concert.
What, the Hill part? We can't keep this in?
What?
So okay. New topic, 1 hour 45 minutes.
Fall podcast, by the way.
So Dean, we have our final band concert.
We do,
tomorrow.
and I'm excited. Are you excited?
We got to be at school at 1:20.
Do I need to? Should I come watch it after the show?
You should
Okay,
actually.
yeah.
You should stay.
What time is the concert?
I don't know.
Tomorrow night.
Also, who texted it was at 1:20? 'Cause I don't have anyone's contact. in the
Bryce.
chat. Okay.
I think it's Bryce.
Bryce. Yeah.
The current president who I need to interview on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, bring him in. Yes.
We need to put together our set list
Yes,
What do
we
you
do.
What do you mean, like?
of who we want to.
How does it feel not being the commander in chief anymore?
I cried a little.
You cried a little bit.
What, like having you on here with
He
him?
doesn't live in the White House anymore.
Oh.
No, president.
Not the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Sad,
my life
sad.
didn't change at all.
I think personally, out of all the presidents I've had at King, Luke Buttonweezer was the best.
Oh,
You were-
personally?
just
Did you say
say
personally?
Dean.
As if that's not like a given. Of course it was Luke.
I thought, Dean, you were great though. I have to say, with the whole, you got like a catchphrase like "go to class."
Go to class.
You left your mark.
I did my job to the best of
you
my
didn't.
ability.
You didn't do
Yeah.
everything that you said you were going to
You
do.
almost
though.
got impeached that one
So,
time.
I
You
guess-
didn't bring
about that.
paninis back.
I guess this is
Wait,
a
you
good
almost got
time to talk
impeached?
You
about
almost got
that.
impeached. Yeah.
Yeah.
How, man?
Yeah.
Coercion.
Coercion.
Wait, what? Tell me about this.
I did the Taco Bell
Um,
commercial.
with
and they
the
didn't like
St.
that.
Luke's government.
Wait,
they
you-
just-
Did you actually? Wait,
No.
wait. So
I did.
what
A,
happened?
I
What
did the
happened?
Taco Bell commercial, and they said that I can't do that as president.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
Talk about commercial.
No, he's joking, Alex.
Kidding, dude. I can't get-
Yeah,
I didn't get
was like,
impeached.
talk
You
about
get
commercial.
impeached.
No,
Nor do
almost
we have
impeached.
a system of government with the student body council.
We do.
Okay,
actually.
so I will address some of the things that I said I would do in my thing, in my speech. Right. So I'm gonna start with the panini makers. Panini makers.
Chocolate water fountains.
Panini makers will be back next year.
Oh,
It's too late
so
for us.
technically. you did
Additionally,
eat
the
out.
parking, we had more parking.
Yeah, come on, bro.
And then we lost the parking.
But really, it's not like you actually have power. Let's be honest.
Oh no, there's no power.
There's no power.
Oh,
Like, no, so
You're a figurehead for the government.
let me explain how this
oh,
works a
five,
little bit.
SCP.
So, okay,
What?
we got
Right there.
7 minutes. So,
Okay.
so what would happen? The way in student government that you get things passed.
government.
The way
You gotta
you
go
get,
through like
There's a lot of
thousands of
bureaucracy.
people, right?
kind of. So what you need to do is you have to write up a whole proposal. It's pretty much an email explaining a couple of reasons
And the
why
council, yeah.
you want. You guys are the worst.
I'm sorry. I can't keep making government jokes, and I'll let you talk.
So you have to write up a whole proposal, pretty much like an email, saying what you want to do, why you want to do it, how much it will cost, everything like that. Then you have to send it to Mr. Poolum, who 9 out of 10 times will say no.
What was like
on
the
the 1 out of 10 times that he says yes, then you have to go
Goes to
through
the student board.
whoever. No, not necessarily. It goes through whoever it applies to. So if it's something to do with food,
Like
it goes through
junior,
junior. If it's something that has to do with,
So we can't just get vetoed every time.
it pretty much
Like a law, it's just
like,
not getting
things
anything
get-
done.
But mostly what happens
It's
is
like a real law.
I
Yeah,
always
it's
talk
like real
to
government, yeah.
you have to talk to like other people. Like I usually talk to Miss O'Toole before I even send it to Cool,
Mhm.
and she'll be like, "That's a bad idea," and I won't even send the proposal.
Um,
So like,
You should just do it anyway.
You said you
Right.
had a list of proposals. What were your favorites?
a list of things I
Yeah.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, just what do you think was your favorite?
Oh, what
your
I
top
really-
top 3.
What I really wanted to do that didn't happen was a college alumni day where like all the seniors met up with the kids that were seniors when we were freshmen and juniors and whatever. Like everyone that
Yeah.
was in the school at some point when we were in high school would come back and we just literally chill with them
That's
and
cool.
talk to them about college, ask about their experiences. It wouldn't be like a big interview
Not
or
the
anything
forum we
with
had,
them.
yeah.
No,
That
it
was
wouldn't-
kinda
It wouldn't be
interesting.
something like that. It would literally
Yeah.
just be them coming and telling us about their college experience, which I think is 10
That is,
times
yeah.
more
Like
valuable.
they stand up on
And,
stage and say like this.
No,
No,
not
no,
even
like
talking. It's a
actual
mix and mingle
interactions.
thing.
Yeah, especially because they're newer students
It is
Yeah,
a-
the one.
yeah.
Yeah.
and current students
10
at college.
times more helpful, in my opinion, than anything that you
Than
could put
them
together
talking
with a
about
speech.
working at G School.
Yeah.
Not that that's, which I enjoy.
No, that's
very
career
much.
day. Career day is different.
Oh
Um,
right. No, but they were alumni in a sense, though, right?
They were alumni.
Yeah.
He graduated
Um,
in, I want to say he said 99.
90, yeah.
So
What
98.
were some other of your favorite proposals?
Yeah.
Like 2 more.
I know you did the anything but a backpack day. That was you, right?
That was me.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah,
That was cool.
that was cool.
It was a fun day. It was a fun day. Mr. Roche hated that.
Yeah.
I loved it actually.
No,
I thought it was
Rex-
actually an interesting thing.
Mr. Roche
Rex
was like,
Norris brought in his lawnmower.
Mr. Roach came to
That
me.
was
He's just
fun.
like, "Whose
Yeah.
idea was this? Can we never do this again?" I was like, "It was my idea." It's like, "Oh yeah, let's not do this again."
God forbid we have fun, you know.
What other?
It's been a long year, Alex.
You said you had a list at the beginning of the year that Luke Buttonweeder gave you.
Who do you
Yeah,
hate
so
the
he
most
had-
in the administration?
Oh my God. Luke was great.
Tell us everything about every single thing about peer review.
So
Yeah.
I actually had a document of Luke's stuff,
Yeah.
and there were dozens of proposals that he had sitting there that he wanted to try out.
Oh
A lot of
my
them
God.
related to dress code, meaning
Mm.
touchy subject, and we would never be able to get that through.
Well, actually, it's
Yeah,
become a lot
that was
more
more of
relaxed
an
this
issue
freshman
though
year.
before COVID.
It was a huge
And
issue.
then after
before
COVID.
Yeah,
no,
last
dress
school
code.
year, dress code was out there.
Which honestly I preferred. I think that
Yes,
everyone enjoyed.
everybody preferred our dress code.
loved junior year, or our,
Yeah.
everyone in our grade enjoyed
it was,
junior year.
It was mid.
They
Really?
enjoyed junior year dress code.
Yes.
Well, at the
Dress
minimum,
code.
at the minimum,
Yeah.
I had a much better time in school junior year. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that it.
I didn't really like being like. There were so many people in our grade I feel like didn't get a chance to mingle with other people,
Yeah, that was annoying.
which I.
No, I mean like we didn't have. Our high school was very unusual. We didn't have any. We have one final, and that was in freshman year. We
Yeah.
didn't have any other
I like how
finals.
We
people
made
also
it.
say that, like King kids say King is not clicky, and it's
King is so good here.
very clearly
It's like-
clicky.
Like I went to Wilton High School before this. Y'all know this.
Mhm.
Yells.
And
Absolutely.
I had my friends who. There were probably 10 of us that hung out all the time, whatever.
Mhm.
And we were clearly a clique.
Yeah.
But then there were but there were dozens
Yeah.
of these groups and shit. So it
Yeah.
wasn't just like, but at our school, there's like a big group, I think. I don't really know. I stopped paying attention after sophomore year. There's like a big group of people that are
Stop paying attention.
friends.
There's a
And then there's like a
big-
couple
it's
of
a big
other
clique.
smaller
It's a
groups.
big clique.
Yeah. And then there's like a few people that,
I'm like a nomad.
No man.
you jump around.
Yeah, I jump around. I go to everything.
Yeah.
Well, not everything.
But
Yeah.
it's super cliquey. It's absurdly
Yeah,
cliquey.
I mean most high schools are.
And it was a
honestly.
tough time, not to this extent usually. It was a tough time,
Yeah. Well,
especially for
yeah.
kids that came in junior year.
Yeah.
So that was like Lewis and Tyler, who I'm friends with now.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked out in the end. But there were a lot of kids that had a really tough time
Like
getting to know other people.
what was the
We're
one
not
that-
giving
COVID,
examples.
I
or
feel like
anything.
COVID made the groups
It did.
sort of thing. a lot
I'm
worse,
well
too.
aware of who you're gonna say. And COVID definitely emphasized this.
I don't know what
Turn
to
your
say.
microphones off if you're gonna say this, all right? You know what? No, just do it in 3 minutes when we're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
But COVID definitely emphasized that because
Yeah.
I only hung out with the people that I was already friends with. I wasn't trying to make new
Also,
friends.
me.
Yeah,
I-
COVID
what-
Screw that.
What
over.
I would do, you and John talked about this with me at the beginning of the year.
Mm.
I would hang out with you guys like so much during cross country.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the season
Yeah.
would end, and I would
You'd stop
I
hanging
would,
out with us.
I would drift
Like
Yeah,
I don't even know where you
I
drifted
did the
to.
same thing with you guys.
Yeah,
the
literally.
cross-country
For
thing, yeah.
3
I would
years.
drift.
I haven't seen John in a really long time. To actually
Literally.
talk to him because I don't have class.
I'm seeing John
It's
tomorrow.
like a drip. Like you guys would drift away pretty quickly right after the season ended. This year, that kind of changed.
This year, you guys
Yeah.
talked to me about it.
This
and
year,
I
I
was
said
like,
to you,
you and John, you were like, we like you, so stay like
so
friends with us.
Stop disappearing after the fall season, and then
Yeah.
it actually, kind of worked. Okay, we have 3 minutes.
Okay, here.
So make a statement.
Okay,
Make a statement. What's the word of the day?
Word of the day: New York Rangers, round 2 versus the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's my Rangers fan.
That's my
Round
That's
2
a Rangers fan.
versus the Hurricanes. Game 1 and 2 in Carolina. My dad might go to game 1, but game 3 and 4, I will be in attendance at
Mine-
Madison Square Garden on
Everybody's hyped.
Dude,
Sunday
I
on
want to go to a Rangers game
Sunday
so badly.
Me too.
and Tuesday.
Yeah.
You might have to wait until next season.
Honestly,
Yeah.
or like I guess I go to a Bruins game.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo! Get off the
How
podcast.
about the Celtics beating the?
Oh, I don't really care
the
about
Bucks.
basketball.
You don't care about
I don't
basketball?
care.
Ah,
Hockey?
suck.
Hockey is like my favorite sport. of
Are you
all time.
hockey? Yeah. No.
Do you play hockey?
No.
Anyway, we
But-
gotta wrap it up, right?
All right. James, word of the day.
Um,
Don't say
our Lord,
something inappropriate.
God, our Lord and
Oh
Savior.
my god.
Oh, there it is.
This is a house of worship, so I'm trying to incorporate that, in the
House of Worship podcast, you know.
podcast.
If anyone just
Um,
happens to listen, they just gotta go to the last 20 seconds of it.
Dean,
House
word of the
of
day. Dean, word of the day.
Coca-Cola, we want a sponsorship.
All right.
And
thank you all for
You
listening.
ready? Give me a big sip. Dude. You're like,
watch this. Look at the camera.
okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Jesus. Okay. Thank you all for coming.
ladies
Thank
and
you,
gentlemen.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you for
All right,
having me
wait,
yet again.
I'll do the
Can I-
closeouts real quick.
I'll do the closeout.
You want to do the
I'll
closeout?
do the
I was about to
closeout.
close out.
You
have to close it every time.
All right, fine.
Do rock, paper,
Close out.
scissors. Do rock, paper, scissors.
No,
No,
just
no.
close out. Do it.
So we thank you, Alex, again for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
A riveting guest.
I hope I can come on again.
Well, you have to have you come on again. These types of podcasts are always fun. We like to mix it up here on these podcasts. So stay tuned for Dean's riveting interview we have tomorrow.
Featuring a very important.
Featuring very important
did we-
guests.
Yeah,
Plural.
sorry.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Okay.
I mean, this is private earlier.
And then thank you to our voice like butter host Dean
That's me.
Kataboski.
That's me.
John F. Kataboski is like called. Thankfully, he didn't get shot in the head during the presidency.
Oh my God, dude. You keep ruining this.
What?
You can't say
I'm
that.
not ruining anything. I'm just talking about what
It's
happened to
supposed
John
to
F.
be for
Kennedy.
kids.
Is it for kids?
Anyway, thank you.
Well,
Alex. Thank
kids,
you,
if you didn't know what happened to John
I'm
F.
playing
Kennedy,
you
it was
out.
very
I'm playing
bad.
you out. Goodbye.
Thank you all for watching.
Kids play Fortnite.
All right.
Okay.
Take some mics off.
Thought that went well.
Okay, I gotta go.
Nope.
Wow.